Figure Fight Club Community. Welcome to Figure Fight Club.
Giveaway, you say? Oh yeah, Figure Fight Club is the official giveaway channel of Action Figure YouTube.
Thank you, members, for the love you bring, for every shared story and the joy you sing. To our sponsors, your support's the key. Together we build this legacy. Collectors unite in this fight we thrive. Figure Fight Club, our passions alive. Yeah. Unboxings and battles, the thrill of every find. Trading tales and treasures. All the nerd shit we're ready to share. Let's build this community with flair. Wait, join in, make friends, show us your style. Talk toys, comics, movies, let's get wild. Tell your story, share the vibe, it's time to shine. Figure Fight Club open mic night. Come and join the line. Movies on the big screen, lights flashing bright. Comic books in hand, heroes ready for the fight. Got a podcast you love or a toy collection grand? This is your time, come and take a stand. Whether you're a fan, creator, or you've got a show, we want to hear it all. It's your time to glow. From Marvel to DC, or the latest indie hit. Let's geek out together, we're gonna make it lit. Join in, make friends, club open mic night. Let's take the stage, talking toys, comics, movies.
Welcome to Open Mic Night. I hope everyone is doing well.
What's good?
I always love your backgrounds, dude.
Oh, thanks.
How are you guys doing? Hope everyone's doing well. The chat, you guys are amazing as always. Put that on too. I totally forgot. Who do we have in the chat anyway? So the link is pinned out there, so you guys are welcome to just click that link and come on and talk toys with us. Let's see, Matt with 2 T's, early bird. Welcome, dude. Hendo, we're gonna miss you this week then. Hopefully you're doing well. Good luck to everything. Keith, what's up, man?
What up, Gibbs?
Digital Caveman, hello. Greetings to you too. Jimmy, what's up, man? All right, I think there may be... Sorry, I'm scrolling slowly. I don't know why I'm going so slow right now. Gibbs, what's up? Yeah, so Talib is going to be late tonight. He has to work. Lou had to work things, so he's not joining us either. Then Jenna is also not feeling it right now. So you got us 3 co-hosts.
Oh, shoot.
K-Town, what's up? Gray Dragon, how you doing, dude?
What's up, bro?
But again, click that link. Come join us. Talk toys. We always love talking about toys. So I'm going to hit that button to get the people waiting backstage out. And welcome.
Oh,
There's another person waiting backstage right now, but I don't see them on screen, so I will wait till they show up on screen before I bring them up. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Tired.
The last week.
Tired. You looks like you went for your new spot.
Yes, I moved in Friday. Over the weekend, I moved in.
You know, that's like the best part about moving is when you redo the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff was in my bedroom, in the apartment. The house I was in, it was actually this shelf was in the bedroom. So y'all have never seen anything on there except when I showed it off.
You gotta do a roof for
Black Series right there.
K-Town's asking how the move go.
Yeah, it's still going. I've still got stuff at the house.
Okay.
I have maybe half my collection here, maybe.
Hello there.
G.I. Jedi, what's up?
What's up, Jedi? Yeah, most of the stuff is still in box.
Gibbs, you're like, I show for you, bro, but like, you totally forgot. I already am 16, so that doesn't make no sense, buddy.
It's that he's turning 17.
17.
It's your birthday, so Abby's going to send you a Cassia and a Bernice.
You know, actually, Shogun and I actually shared the same birthday. It's pretty wild. Right? Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Same exact day. And we were baffled when we first figured it out. We were like, what the fuck? Are you lying to me? Media Power Gaming, what's going on, dude? Oh, Gibbs said almost legal.
Almost.
legal.
Larry Muchacho, what's up, dude? All right, so let's get into pickups. Anyone have anything? You Headkin, since you're the first one to say something, you're doing first.
So,
What do you got?
Sys 3D Arsenal.
We know
FFC
who.
10 for 10% off your order. I was able to pick up. Just got in their Medic hard case.
Jeff.
It comes with the nice inserts.
Oh, and the pieces don't come out, right?
Well, not the individual pieces don't, but these do come out because it's part of a modular system that he has. Like this is the lap. Yeah.
What's up, Destro? No worries, dude.
Like this is the laptop that they have in the hard case. So the inside's modular, but the individual pieces are not.
Okay.
And then I got the barricades that he does, and they link together so you can make a nice wall. I do it correctly. Then it must have been a Cowboy Week because I was able to pick up the retro carded Wild Bill.
That's
Well,
cool.
Bill.
And I was very pleased with this figure.
That one looks the best to me, to be honest with you, with all the new shit that's coming out.
So this goes to show when they pay attention to detail, how well they do. Like the molded little wrap thing, it folds down over his gear, like it looks like it lays correctly, and
Okay.
it doesn't cover the knife or the walk down shoulder. I mean, I was really impressed with that. And then I wasn't here last week, but I got.
Lily and Talib are working together at the liquor store, and Lily just went.
I'm going to his house afterwards.
What's up, Char? Spoiler.
Nice.
All right.
How is that one? I've heard so much shit talking about this thing.
Well, yeah.
So it's good.
Okay.
It's not $110 good. This should have been probably about the cost of a Stinger, but it's getting a lot, and I think it's getting a lot of unjustified hate because of the price.
The price point.
That. Yeah, the cape from Destro could be a lot better. So I'm gonna have to find a solution. It's very flimsy and all
we,
that. But
we know someone who does soft goods.
But that's you checking that. But so like I said, I got it. I paid the price for it because one, I could afford it at the time, and I'm a Destro Mark. But I really do think that if you don't really need it or you're kind of on the fence, wait until they go on sale because I heard they overproduced and undersold is what I've been. So if you want to do that, I would wait. But
that damn price, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Destro Mark, so I paid the price for it, but definitely overpaid for it. And then the last thing I got this week is unfortunately I had to go and get a new vehicle. So
Nice, bro.
that's what I was doing with all
But
that.
at the same time, that's fun too. What'd you get? What car?
Greatest toy of them all.
It's a 2024 Kia Carnival. So
Okay.
Oh yeah. Minivan light.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a nice for what we got and what all the problems with the old one. It's really nice. It's probably the nicest vehicle I've had in forever. So that's all I got.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm trying to think if I got anything else on the water heading playing it. I can't think of anything. So maybe like next week I'll find something out there.
Okay, nice. Sugar, I'm gonna put you in next.
All right, this is gonna be quick, y'all.
Happy birthday.
I got
It's not today.
nothing. I got nothing, but I did order some stuff on 5K, which I haven't done in a while, and Gundam it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Hey,
You got nothing.
who's that guy next to you?
Oh, that's Daniel.
Yeah, he's looks like he's about to say, "Finish me."
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa,
Yeah, look
This is
at
a PG-13 show, bro.
whoa, man.
Oh,
Whoa.
Where are you hanging out?
Members only.
Look. Oh no, the lights are blue.
God.
All right, so you got nothing. Got it. Nothing.
I just sold toys. That's it.
That you just sold to him. I mean, that counts too. Winfred, how about you, bro?
Oh yeah. Well, besides the new surroundings, new apartment I moved
Looks
into
good.
on
Congratulations.
Yes, a lot of work left to do. Lots of shelves need to be bought. But today I had Sonata Yukimura come in, and it's the Wonderfest exclusive. So she's got the metallic armor.
Nice.
That is so.
So I've had her open for about 20 minutes.
Who makes
The
that?
fact that all of the that is
The name of the company is Keep
Yeah.
Going.
yeah. There you go. Keep going.
A lot of perverted jokes out there tonight.
Yeah, like I said, all the side and front armor flips up. So you've
Nice.
got good articulation with the legs. If she's loosened up enough, she will do, according to the directions, she'll do 90 degrees to the side and 90 degrees forward. Take you a minute, Abby. So far, I mean, she's
I
pretty
should
good.
call
Like I said,
her.
I've had her open maybe like 20 minutes messing with her. She got toe articulation.
Nice. What's she come with?
Double elbows, a ton of stuff. So she's got everything in here. So she's got fans, she's got a short staff, a long staff, a flagpole. The base has all of her extra hands. She's got like 4 faces.
Okay.
Here's some more of it. 4 faces, 2 different ponytails, 2 like flintlock pistols, stand for swords, and yeah, quite a bit of stuff. Like I said, I missed the standard version, which is just the red armor, because I was like, oh no, hold off, I had other stuff going on. And then that popped up, the Wonderfest with the metallic armor. I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to do it. When it comes in, it comes in. And it got delivered today.
Nice. A follow-up question for you. Is that a Hot Toys Mandalorian behind you?
Death Watch Mandalorian, yes.
Death Watch. Nice. I have that one too.
Death Watch.
That's what's up, man. What are you planning to do display-wise in the new setting?
Well, I need to get more shelves. I'm thinking I may just keep going with these white ones and just go all around the walls.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of break it up. Like I said, this used to be in my bedroom, just random. So I've actually got several lightsabers as well to put in. I may put them in this one, or I may put them in another shelf next to that. Because originally I had it set up where I had a Darth Maul collector lightsaber from Disney in a special box and everything. I had it on the top of the shelf. And then if you look right there, that's actually every version of Ahsoka Tano that they did in the Black Series.
That's cool.
Damn right.
Those standing in front of the Darth Maul lightsaber. I've got another collector in a collector box, Kiadi Mundi, guy with the like big, like about 10 forehead. And I had a couple I had actually Clone Force 99 were standing in front of it.
Big fan. What's up, man?
And got a Black Series Death Watch 1-to-1 helmet that had sitting on this shelf with all of my Mandalorian figures on the other side of it.
Okay.
So I'm kind of changing it up a little bit since I had to tear everything down anyway. Fresh start, I can redo everything.
Dude, I mean, that's
And
the best
I've
part
got-
about new places, in my opinion.
And I've got all but the first series of these Lego helmets that I've got put together. Those are placeholders. Those are just boxes. They're actually assembled still over at the house. I haven't brought them over yet. So I'm going to try to
Gotcha.
get in this place as well.
Nice.
But yeah, I threw that shelf up so there would be something in the background night instead of just plain white walls.
Yeah. And we definitely
Maybe-
appreciate that. It looks good, though. I mean, it's going to look good when you have it all set up.
Heck yeah.
You going to put lights and shit, too?
Because I literally threw that together yesterday in about probably an hour, hour and a half. Because I ended up coming home sick because I got up yesterday to walk because of my back.
Mm.
So I went and did some paperwork I had to do, and then said, dude, I'm out. I'm going home. And I laid in bed and sat in the chair for most of the day. And then yesterday afternoon, I finally got to the point I could move around, and I set that up real quick.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Is there anything else, Winfrey?
Nah, that's it. Unless y'all just want to see the absolute chaos around me.
That's most of us, bro. Chaos. All right, cool.
Yeah,
True Star. I'm going to put you in next.
Cool. One thing, I did something today I haven't done in 4.5 years with my car.
Oh,
I
that
parked it in the garage.
Dude, that's so bad for your oil.
That was
Your
not a
transmission.
euphemism. I sold my no. I think my North Carolina internet's catching up again.
yeah, a little bit. You got choppy for a second,
Yeah.
or you're still a little choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's frozen on.
I sold my Transformer collection yesterday. It was a very weird feeling. So all these cases just went out of my garage. So
Oh, wow.
You know, it's funny, I
Yeah.
saw your posts. Are you going to rebrand yourself now? No more True Star Screamer?
no, because I did keep my G1 Starscream. I did keep the original Starscream figure. But as far as
That's
plastic
all the
goes, though,
plastic left.
I was explaining to my daughter, if I get rid of stuff, then I can bring in new stuff. This right now is possibly one of the coolest things I have. Oh, fuck.
Caster's Corner, thank you very much for a $2 super chat. Let's interrupt True Star. Thank you very much, Caster. I'm going to play a video for you, bro. This again, huh? All right, let me do this one.
Stop watching me dance, heretic!
I like that one.
Yeah.
Casters, again, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. An evening
Well,
from
Miss Allison, though.
my hospital bed. Oh, shit, Mrs. Allison.
Oh,
I hope you're doing well.
I hope all's okay.
Yeah, I hope everything is okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
True Star
Jeff
back.
Cock is not on tonight.
The Johnny Cock.
Johnny Cock is not on tonight.
Oh yeah.
Code of Forge, what's up, man?
Kind of reminds me of
Just
the
noticed that.
WCW Thunder video from the game.
So we will we take a moment with our lack of. Never mind, I'm not gonna make that joke. But anyway,
Thank
I
you.
built. This is the Blockies Marvel Rivals Moon Knight review is on my channel, and
You came for the wired cape?
Yes, this has a freaking wired cape.
Wow.
20. It was it's $27.99, and I did my $5 GameStop coupon. The stand is a cheap one I got off Amazon. I also did some repainting on this one because I like to overcomplicate life. So I painted the crescent moon. I painted the silver onks here. Painted his feet. I painted pretty much the silver on the shoulders just to kind of give it some more definition, as well as I used a Tamiya panel liner on this. So these lines you see here are actually from panel lining. That's actually that they do not show on the model. I'm very, very pleased with this. And
or liquid. The Tamiya panel liner.
Yeah.
Was it either a pen or the liquid?
oh, it's the liquid. I did the
Okay.
surface tension.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause that's
did,
wow.
did the panel lining on that, then wiped it with some rubbing alcohol, and it looks like a cape, like factory new. Like I said, wired cape. I watched a review of the Marvel Legends Moon Knight already. I mean, it's got the drop down hips and all, but I'm sorry, those damn plastic capes versus actually having a proper. Wow, this cape is huge. It folds out.
That's
It's-
awesome, though. I didn't
it's
realize that
dynamic.
soft goods.
Yeah, neither did I. As I said, this is absolutely worth the $28. I've got this. That's the Venom right here. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Gibbs, I actually had to buy mine. I don't make mine like you do. So,
I think he's talking about the internet.
nice connection, not nice collection.
Yeah.
If Gibbs is talking shit to me about my internet, that's a bad day. That's all I can say.
That's all very, very true.
There you go.
So I will say this: I will not be on long tonight because I do have to make a new intro for Figure Action tonight because we lost a team member. We had somebody leave the team, and
Oh no, who left?
we're just kind of huh?
Who left?
T-Man.
Oh,
So
is it because
I
you
will
sold
say
all
that.
your Transformers? Is it because you sold all your Transformers?
No, I sold them in grief.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I still have Transformer stuff. I've got my YOLO Park stuff here, so I still have Transformer things. I just they were in a bin. They were in bins in the garage. They were not on my display shelves. So therefore, I was not looking at them. I was not enjoying them in any way. They were just taking up space in the garage. So found a nice
I
guy.
agree with you 100%.
Yeah, but
So
man,
I mean, there's no value if I'm not enjoying it. It's
those
just
were your toys.
acquiring for the sake of acquiring.
What if your toys start missing you now, David?
They're all the guy who bought them for me pretty much sold them all already last night. So
Dude, you gave your little baby toys away to a toy farmer reseller? Monster. Can't believe
yeah,
it.
but I can put my car in the garage now.
Oh, well,
Who did you tell it to?
yeah. Like
Do you remember the guy who runs Toy Busters?
Yeah, that one dude who does the auctions on his
Yeah.
website. Yeah. I've sold to him a lot too, so I get it.
Yeah.
Johnny Cock!
There he is.
Johnny Cock with a $2 super chat. I scream, you scream, we all scream. True star scream. Thank you, Johnny Cock, for the $2 super chat. I will play a video for you.
Look at that. A tasty, tasty super chat. Thank you so much for the love.
Thank you, Johnny Cock.
They actually mentioned being at your house buying a bunch of wrestling stuff from you.
Meow.
Yeah, he did. And then I bought most of that shit back.
But like I said, I mean, you know what it's like going to a toy show, setting up the tables, pricing everything there, or just get it
In
out.
one go, it's all gone.
And
I get it.
he paid me. The money went through. What really not much more you can ask for that. So, but yeah, talking about toys though, like I said, I've got the Blockies Venom here, which I really do like. I got that Moon Knight. I'm absolutely buying the Nightwing from them. I do like that I don't have to feel like I need to buy everything, which is nice. So,
Right.
It's cool. So I got rid of stuff. I bought a few things. Life is good.
I might hit him up to get rid of some of my shit that's sitting around. Because I need to open up more figures.
I know he's looking for Joes and Legends right now.
And good, because I'm going to get rid of all my legends, so that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hit him up.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
That's me. Man, I
Thank
only
you,
got
man.
blocked twice. I only got. You guys are all disappointing me.
I think it's just the internet. Last time your internet was much better, so the reaction was like lively. This time you're like delayed by 7 seconds, so when you react, it's like 7 seconds later.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're schooling me like Roman Reigns was last night. Seriously, that was like that promo was gold last night. Jesus. I don't watch Raw often. I turn that on there. I'm like, holy shit, I could light my grill with that burn.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so I have no idea. But I'll check it out in the replay squad.
Done deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, man. Digital Caveman. How about you, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
What's up, man? Doing well, man.
I got
Ooh.
Otho in.
Ooh.
That's cool.
That's a new wave that just came out, right?
Yeah, this was actually the wave one for Legacies of Mythos, but Scaphoid and Sir Valgard for some reason came out first.
That's cool. That looks good.
That's nice.
That looks really good, yeah.
And let's see. I got some more Temu shit.
Temu.
You're not supposed to start. Oh, but
I can't even tell what that is.
It's They call it like a acrylic glass,
Okay.
and it's for you put it in like vases and shit. I figured it could be some kind of crazy crystal
Crystals.
formation.
The gold bars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And unfortunately, these are not metal. The last ones I got were metal. These are
Yeah.
plastic, but they're closed in all the way. You have to be careful on there because some of them are open on the back.
Oh.
And a bag of greenery stuff.
Lou would love that.
And this is like a mat of some kind of mossy fabric stuff, which is not what I thought I was ordering, but
It's the moss mats.
See
I
me.
have a few of those.
so it kind of. The last one I got was just like a mat that was like a little carpet.
Yeah, that's the one I have. It's like a little moss
Yeah,
mat.
this one is like it pulls apart,
Oh.
so it's kind of messy.
Yeah.
But I figure if I ever get around to making a diorama with a tree in it, maybe I can use that for the canopy.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And then I got this battery powered soldering iron. Maybe it's not one of those that'll like explode in your hand.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, that would be. Hopefully.
That would not be good.
That would not be good. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's all my pickups.
That's all your pickups? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Good pickups, that's for sure. All right, Goose.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the kitchen. What am I cooking? I don't know. Maybe I'm just baked. Oh, okay. Pickups. I got Berenice. I have not opened her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but
That's what's up.
that's it. So she got here just a couple days ago, and then I was supposed to get a package today from our very own T. Parsons, Travis, but it post office was wrong. They're little like coming soon. Beyond that, I didn't get anything else. Like I was on Collection Nexus last night. I talk about that. But I do have big news about something that's coming up. Since we were talking about like dioramas and stuff, and like photography, this Thursday on Figure Fight Club is the special Viva El Goose. We're going to be talking dioramas, scene setting for photography, diorama building, the free 11234 block that I invented that's available on initialgoosecreations.com. Download for free. And all things simplified and easy for entry-level diorama building for toy photography will be this Thursday night on the Viva El Goose Figure Fight Club co-host special from 8 to 9:30 on Figure Fight Club Eastern Time.
No, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Ah, shit, from 8 to 9:30. 9 to 10:30. But
Yeah, 9 to 10:30. There you go.
my time is like 7 to 8:30. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Viva El Goose, yes. Big fan. Actually made the artwork that you see on the flyer. That's right. All you mother ganders come around. Cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice pickup, dude. Bernice is a great figure. You gotta open it, trust me.
All right.
Yeah,
So, I guess speaking of Bernice,
yeah. I've opened and played with one of mine.
I got one too. Actually,
Well, don't lie, Abby. You got like
That looks
30.
familiar.
I got a few.
Yeah.
Only bought 12 cases.
I bought a lot. Yeah, that's that just makes it what 14, I think 14 in the house. So
Jesus.
far, I'm still waiting for Sesame to ship theirs to mine. I don't know what's going on over there. I opened this guy today, and I had this custom head sitting for a little while, so I finally decided to put it on this figure. And you're gonna see a little theme for tonight's pickups. But yeah, so let's just say this is one. I really dig this, the whole skeleton bird thing.
Oh yeah. Is that a Ryan Jones or a Nick Whitmore sculpt?
I don't know. So I bought it at Legion's Con.
Yeah, that's like a Nick Whitmore sculpt or a Brian Burke.
I also got a cape. This is not as good as Gibbs cape, but you know what? It was like $10. So I was like, why not?
Oh, where?
Not
Where'd
as
you
good
get
as
from?
Gibbs cape. Gibbs cape.
Don't be a hater, okay?
Where'd you get that cape from?
Amazon. It was on Amazon.
Okay. $10 cape. I gotta look that up.
Yeah. It had some, the wires weren't that great on it. I got Power Princess too, just because I keep seeing people do these freaking customizing with her, and I was like, God damn it, I want one just to do a custom with it.
Oh yeah.
So I picked her up, so finally I can mess around. And I got this,
Graveyard skeleton.
and it came part of a 4-pack.
Graveyard skeletons.
So I took one out just to play with it, and it needs to be heated up. So definitely heat it up.
So they definitely got to be heated up.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I was messing with it, and it wasn't budging at all. So definitely heat this thing up. But I'm happy I got my skeleton, and you'll see why in a second. I picked this skeleton up too. This is I think I showed off the regular version that I got from Amazon. No, this is the bloody version. The thing I didn't like about the skeleton was it just comes with these hands. There's no gripping hand, there's no pointing hand, nothing like that. But if you own a Storm collectible skeleton, they fit. So you have different options for hands. They do fit. So this works out well. Again, I do like these. The articulation is really good, especially when you could, do stuff like that.
Is that the one that they're talking about for anatomy and stuff?
I think so. It said something biology on the box, but
yeah.
I mean, it's just a skeleton. It's a 112 scale action figure of a skeleton. It's good though. It's good. I mean, you could do a lot of cool things with it. And then again, the articulation is the most important part.
Yeah.
So I was happy with this.
How can an action figure be physically beautiful?
So you could do a lot. It works. It works. Let's see. Then
There's more.
I also got another skeleton. This one is from BBTS. It's Storm Collectibles. They had this. What is it? Gitsu. This thing.
Okay.
It's a 2-pack. It comes in a 2-pack. And the cool thing about this is, again, all the armor is removable, all that stuff, and it's got like guts.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's removable too, so you could like pull it out. And then you could poke arrows in the back. They come with a bunch of arrows, hands, accessories, and all that stuff. And the helmet is, obviously you could see he's got a hair, which is the only thing that didn't make sense to me. I don't understand why people put hair on the skeleton itself, because it's just not supposed to have the hair on it. But
You are aware of the fact that your hair.
there is a magnet in the helmet, so it pops right onto the head, which is nice. But it's cool. It's a 2-pack, right? So it comes with 2 skeletons in the 2-pack. They have the same aesthetic and armor. I did pick up 2 of them. I actually ended up buying a 3rd one today. So just because I'm building an army of skeletons, and what's better than building an army of skeletons than buying builders? So here's another one I bought. This is what is this, Golden Axe? This is the dead frame. These are the lizards that.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you about those Golden Axe dead frames. Be very, very careful with the shoulder joints. I heated mine up and it still broke.
Listen, I already owned these before, so I've been playing. I bought more because I was playing around with it. And yes, you're right. These joints are not as good. The Japanese ones are amazing. They're really good.
I literally had to cut.
This keeps falling off. This leg keeps falling. Yeah, I have a leg thing apparently, but this leg keeps falling off like easy. But nothing has broken yet.
Cut a paper clip and literally pin the arm back in.
But I mean, they're fun. They're not as good at articulation wise as the human skeletons that they did. Because the human ones are. They're so good. Like these are like really good. They did a really good job with this. fact that you could double fist the sword and then like just do some fun poses with it. I like that. The lizards are not so much, but again, this kind of falls into the whole Savage Crucible thing. You get your Lemurians, and I got some dead Lemurians now too. So it works out pretty well. So I picked up 2 more packs of this, so I have 6 in total. And then I got Nash. I guess the 1.0, the first version of Nash.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I haven't opened them yet, but it was on my list.
He's still in my pile of loot.
Oh, yeah, I ended up shipping my pile. My pile's been sitting there for a hot minute. And then I got Nami.
Whoa!
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
This was sitting in my pile of loot for a hot minute too, but I finally got the Variable Action Heroes Nami figure. This has been sitting there. So,
what scale is that? Is that like action standard scale, or because that looks taller?
It is probably about 7 inches.
Good. It'll be a good fit then. I need to grab one of them.
It's 7-inch scale. They're expensive. This was like $110. But again, if you're a fan of the anime, I'm sure you will want to get it too. That's it, guys. That's all I got. We're done. That was it.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you.
But yeah, no, that was it. Now I do have questions for for everyone in the panel right now, and even the chat. You guys can chime in too. Let's talk about pricing, because there's been a lot of back and forth about pricing, and some of us love to complain about it. I mean, Kevin, you just made that comment earlier about people didn't like the price of it, but then a lot of people bought it anyway.
Yeah.
So let me ask, yes, with current retail prices, you think stuff is slowing down, or is it going to remain the same? Digital Caveman, you could start.
Tell you, Hasbro is probably going to jump up next year to $32. It's just, that's the trend for them. For basic figure. And then it'll probably be deluxe figures, 50, 52, something like that. Other companies, it seems like some of them are trying to hold the line at their current pricing. I have noticed Mythic Legions has gone up some.
Yep.
Savage Crucible seems to be towing the line currently. We'll see how that goes next year. And, some other companies are too. You've seen, McFarlane touted, he was going to keep it $20, $20, but, his stuff has gone up. It's almost $30 now, sometimes over that, depending on what it is and where you find it.
Yeah, that's why I'm hearing it.
But yeah, I mean, the trend is it's going up, and it's going to go up.
It's going to keep going up, right? I mean, so McFarlane is what, like $30, $35, something like that now?
I think it depends. Number one, it depends on what it is, and number two, it depends on where you find it. So the least you're going to find it at, say, you go to a GameStop and find one.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at $35 right there, just for the basic one.
Easy.
Well, GameStop is just straight up scalping, though.
I don't know how they're still hanging on with their pricing, because it's $5 to $8 more than anywhere else you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they put their mall stores 3 stores away from an FYE.
Well,
88, what's up, man?
But especially now with Sony's doing their big push for getting rid of physical media now. And that means the other companies won't be far behind, where they're going to do a big push for it. Microsoft already said their next console will not have a physical drive on it.
That's been going that direction for a long time, though, man.
They've been trying, but people have been bitching about it enough that it's been holding out, because Walmart's plan with all physical media was supposed to be gone out of Walmart 2 years ago. That was their plan. But because people are still buying it, they're still carrying it. Now it's a lot less than what it used to be. Used to be you go in there and it'd be 2 aisles full, like a 30-foot side counter. You know, on both sides. But
now it's like a 3/4 of an aisle.
now
Even.
it's yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. But back to prices though for a second. Headcanon, how about you? What are your thoughts about pricing?
Well, pricing is going to keep going up because that's just the way of things. This is where, like, when I talk about the despoiler, what a lot of people, when people try to ascribe a value to it, they just look at the physical product. And there's this thing called subjective value, which means how much is this worth to you? And that's each individual person has to make that calculation on that. Like I said, that the despoiler, the subjective value there was I wanted it, and I'm a fan of Destro, so I was going to pay that price.
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, from a purely physical point, it was overpriced. So that's just how it's going to be. And eventually, and if you sit there and you try to figure out, because I see people try to do this, that they look at figures and they compare things to other things, and they try to figure out, well, it only costs this much to design and this much to make and ship and all that stuff. Especially for like the big guys like Mattel and Hasbro, there's other things that factor in that price that you will never know about. For some of these smaller companies, they're going to have to hit a wall where they're no longer going to be able to, that they're going to price themselves to the point where nobody's going to be able to really afford them, and they're not going to be able to lower their prices because it's just the way of the world. So what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of this explosion we've had of these small independent companies will either they'll start to merge, get bought out, or just go out of business. And so the days are long gone of letting the market dictate, what a company does and doesn't do with that. So that's just my uneducated opinion of things. But the thing is it's like I said, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to is if do you want it and are you willing to pay the price for it? And if not, then really this complaining that you can't get something you want is going to, it's useless at that point. It's like, because you can get anything you want if you're willing to pay the price for it.
I mean, that's how it generally works. But people do like to complain about prices, but the thing is that, like you said, it's subjective in a way. Like if you really want something, and that I think that plays a big role, right? If you really want something, you don't mind spending extra money on it because you want it. I mean, again, I just got that Nami. I wanted it. It was on my list to buy, and I was like, well, like it's $110, but you know what? I want it. I'm gonna buy it. Why not?
Well, we see a lot of the complaint. And I've been noticing this a lot across YouTube and social media, and it's because we are as creatures, we are geared to look for the negative because that's a survival instinct. Is what's the worst thing that's going to happen, and basically in a society where, guys, listen, in reality we don't lack for a lot, especially here in the United States. So like I said, all this that we're talking about is all luxury items that we're dealing with. So not being able to afford that toy that I want, at the end of the day, it's really just it's a complaint. And there's the other thing is that there are some people that no matter what you do, what these companies do, will always complain. I call them there's certain folks that if you gave them a brick of gold, they complain that it's too heavy to carry, type of thing. Anyway, so sometimes, and I see this a lot with the Hasbro hate, that people will just automatically hate on them no matter what they do, and even when some of it's justified a little bit. So it's just going to be nature. But like I said, the prices aren't coming down. That's just the way things work. Once they go up, it's just now it's trying to figure out how much are they going to go up to where the companies have to stop making them. And like Hasbro, they make tons of money on other stuff besides action figures. So they don't care. Mattel, way.
I keep hearing Gibbs in my head right now saying, those corporate assholes always about.
Yeah, well.
I mean, they don't care. They should care. I mean, it's a business at the end of the day.
It is a business. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, not caring defeats the purpose of making the product.
Yeah.
So,
but and I can go on this. I'm a capitalist at heart, but I can go on all day long about corporations when they lose sight of why they got into business to begin with, and a bunch of other things. So, but like I said, it's just going to be up to people to start determining, what price are they willing to pay for something, and then you have to live with that decision. Like I said, at the end of the day, like True Star Screamer, at the end of the day, he sold that collection, not because he had to or he really wanted to. It's just that there was no purpose to keep it. And I tell everybody all the time, I've sold my collections at least 3 times so far to pay for things I needed, like car repairs or to feed my family and stuff like that. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Again, there's a difference between need and want.
Yeah,
so a big difference.
These are all wants.
Yeah, this is
all wants.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that. True Star, how about you?
It's happening everywhere. I mean, we Hasbro's the easy target, obviously, because they're the most prominent. But I don't know how much you guys pay attention to BBTS. Storm Arena just went through a price hike, for example.
It did not once, but twice.
Yeah, but I mean, like figures that. So the Sagat that just came in, their restock of Sagat was like $10 more. So that's a. I mean, forget the McFarlane. I mean, stuff that, hey, we just got a shipment in 4 months ago, the exact same figure, not even a repaint, not even a redo, not even let's add a new hat type of thing. It's the exact same figure. The prices have gone up.
I mean, but BBTS does weird stuff though. Like even with Storm Arena, when the first Ken came out from Storm Arena, they charged Talib a different price and me a different price. His was $2 cheaper than mine for some weird reason.
Well, I'm just talking about
BBTS is the middle band though.
Well, I was talking the King, like for example, the King of Fighters figures.
They have their own markup.
But
it's not consistent.
The King of Fighters figures that haven't even
It's a
come out
range.
yet, I pre-ordered those. And I pre-ordered them at $29, and they put a second pre-order up for the same figures, and they're $35. So, I mean, I sell luxury goods, I sell outdoor furniture, and we just got 2 price increases this season. And it's. I know you're a capitalist there, sir, but a lot of it all, it's not the word. It's not making a profit. It's making a profit margin. That's the key thing. It's like they're not happy making 20% on the figure. They want to make that 60%. They don't want to take it from 60% to 50% markup. They want to keep that margin. That's the big factor too.
It's not so much that; it's that their corporations are now incentivized not to make money. They're incentivized not to lose money now.
Right. So again,
and that's because of shareholders. So it's just a weird. We could go on forever about it. It's just a weird. They're not functioning the way they're supposed to function if we had a free market system.
But that's
whereas.
But that's the free market is the shares. That's the thing. But I'm not trying to talk economics here. Like obviously we're staying on topic on this one, but it is because of that profit margin that yes, everything is going to go up. And then of course, well, hey, look, Todd got away with selling a figure for $35. Why can't I get away with selling my figure for $34? Type of thing. They're also playing the tolerances. Like I've said before, I had 3 strikes with the G.I. Joe Classified series. First was the despoiler at the $110. I'm like, can't do that. Then both the Dr. Rockclaw and the Zorana. Neither of them are $50 or $60 figures. Period. and that Cobra Commander, the hooded Cobra Commander. I'm sorry, that thing is not a $70 it's a $25, $27 figure. That is not a $40 throne. Period. That thing is not painted. It is not any of that. So that is that actually had an overnight price increase. A lot of people had pre-orders were showing it for like $59 or $50, and they just decided to say, let's put another 20 on there. I mean, it's still sold out because
we're sick as collectors. That's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're seeing what kind of suckers we are. Plain and simple. Is the market tolerance for that? Again, I stopped collecting. I mean, obviously, with the whole Transformer thing, it's sold out on Hasbro Pulse, but they put a Transformer, the Beast Wars 2 Neo Galvatron, $130 for that. They charge the same price for that. They charge more for that than they charged for Fort Maximus or Metroplex when they first came out, type of thing, which were the Titan figures. This figure's that big. I mean, it's detailed, don't get me wrong, but did my entire rant just get frozen?
No,
No, you're good. You're going.
You're going. Yeah. You may not hear us though.
Okay. Just making sure.
What a lot of
good
people
rant.
understand.
No, you've been good.
That was good.
When McFarlane started selling, the DC figures, the price was low for a reason, because he followed the same strategy Microsoft did with Xbox. When Xbox first came out, they sold that console at a loss. Every unit they sold, they lost money on, because what they were doing is they're trying to break into the PlayStation, Nintendo, to make themselves out there, and that's what Todd did with the Legends. I'm sorry, the Marvel,
the DC multiverse.
Yeah. So he sold them at a very low price and produced a ton of them. Because if y'all remember, when they got to the point where they just were sitting on the shelves, and then what did he do? He cut back production and raised the price because he was already established in the market for that as well. So it's kind of sneaky how they do that sometimes, where they will sell certain things at a loss in order to. It's kind of like the old, the first one's the first hit's free, and then the next one's going to cost at that point.
It's with that. It's also kind of like how like VCRs, DVDs, and things like that, where the hardware or actually, you know what? Forget that. Printers.
Right.
A printer is an inexpensive piece of hardware.
It is, yep.
But when you have to rebuy that ink,
the ink is the expensive part. Yeah, that's the most expensive part. It's like $50 per fucking cartridge,
and that's where they're making the money.
Well, also too, the reason why electronics go down over time is the technology it's used, and it builds enough in there that it becomes cheap to produce. But toys don't do that, though. It's the opposite effect. It's the more you produce them, like, even though the technology is, when's the last technological breakthrough in action figures?
Actually, the Elric figure's got a new joint system to it, so that's got. I'm just saying, Savage Crucible has new joints for that.
Yeah, but they're it's incremental improvements. It's
but it's mostly going to be that way, though. You're not going to see big changes.
There's a lot of joint experimentation going on right now. Through like several
is that whereas like TVs, phones, printers, all that stuff gets cheaper over time.
Okay, yes
Action
and no.
Action figures have been going up.
Well, like Bro Toys, for example, uses a different. They use a 3-axis lathe. It has both X, Y, and Z versus just the X and Y dimension on that one. I'm just saying that actually, the last 5 years have actually been some pretty cool stuff in toy construction. And things like that.
The last 5 years has definitely been a big bonus for the collector market. But again, you're seeing price hikes across the board now.
But it's a combination of.
Frank King, what's up, man?
And also are companies that own the licenses, are they raising the prices of those licenses? Hence why a third-party figure fourth-party bootleg cost less than the people circumventing the license.
Yes, I agree with that. I mean, the license is the big money for licensed product in general. But again, I think, in my opinion, I also do believe that there's a lot of companies out there that are taking advantage of all the big. Everything is increasing right now, so they're like, hey, let's jump on board. Let's increase too.
Or again, I'm bringing out the blockies here. They
Margin.
save the money on the child labor by having us use our kids to put them together for us. But but because of that, this thing costs less to ship because it's lighter. Obviously, the joint plastic's a different thing because it's not the full injection molds. But this is like you're joking around that blockies seem to be taking over every license they can. But because of that, I would not be surprised if we see a lot of collections that are going to be that have more of these in actual figures in the next 5 to 10 years.
I think blockies is going to become the new pop.
Well, yeah, they do fall in a neat middle ground of like action figure and gunpla. So there is potential there for them to like skyrocket for some people, like go all in.
Right.
You have like a predominantly blocky collection.
And the prices are pretty reasonable, I believe.
For now, yes.
For now, until are they following the strategy of let's keep it cheap till we dominate the market? Then...
Well, they're only cheap because they're putting like most of the cost of the action figure and into your hands. Like you have to disassemble it and put the thing together.
Well, I mean it's a model kit, right?
Right.
Yes.
But by that
articulated
logic,
model.
it was also a building thing, and they charge more than almost any of the other companies.
They have, in some ways, the highest profit margin because of that.
Yeah.
What Nightwing is that?
What?
Is that the Revel Tech?
That's the blockies.
Blockies.
Or is that the blockies? Yeah.
That's the blockies.
I need to buy that.
That is the blockies.
I haven't been able to find any of the DC stuff at all.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet. That's why. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I am not about to champion any company that is raising their money when the products are getting progressively worse, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
Well, but define that though. Clarify that one.
Okay.
That is
For
a good
example, let's use a Marvel Legend.
I'll be right back.
A Marvel Legend came with a base, a comic book, and the toy.
That's the toy business. That's
that's a completely different beast than what you're dealing with Hasbro because allegedly Toy Biz didn't pay a lot of their tooling bills either. So,
but regardless, see, I don't like the whole like defending company thing when it's just like, dude,
I'm not defending them.
Like I'm just saying in general, it's just like people go up to bat for these companies. I'm like, bro, you can buy a better figure for a cheaper price. If you can buy a better figure for a cheaper price, and I know that's opinionated, but if you can get more accessories, better detail on a cheaper price that is not a Hasbro toy, there is no excuse. It just goes back to they just want to make more money. That's it.
It goes back to profit margin.
You know what I mean?
Well, where are you going to get a cheaper toy than Hasbro?
What do you mean I can get a cheaper toy than Hasbro? Literally every knockoff company.
They're under $25.
Yeah. Like, let's say, for example, like.
But to that extent.
Yeah, to that extent. Like, I bought this. Like, let me pull it out. Let me pull it out.
Yeah. Let's get a physical example of the difference.
I bought this for $22.
Okay.
It comes with like 4 different power effects, 5 different hands. Now, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, this is a bootleg. Then I have to pay the licensing and all that stuff." But
no,
still,
that's not the point. It's like you're not going to get the Mephistos. You're not going to get like the deep cuts. You're going to get the big names.
Well,
So,
I
like,
mean, no. But that's the thing, though. We're talking about the toy price in general. I'm not talking about character specific.
No, but you just said that you can get comparable selection from a third party. It's literally what you just said. You're not getting comparable selection.
No. He said that he could get toys that he wanted for less than $25.
I am 100% correct. Yeah, I did not say that. I said you can get toys of that quality that Hasbro is selling at like $40 for cheaper.
And
That's
I
exactly
said
what I said.
comparable to the roster that you're getting with Hasbro.
Why? But see, that's the thing though. Like, then you're pretty much just slaving yourself to a brand. Just like, I'm just gonna take whatever quality they give me because they have that character.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, some of us don't want like 10 Marvel characters and then we're done. We want like
you want the whole squad. Yeah, you want everyone.
I don't disagree with you that I would rather buy a cheaper figure and not be stuck buying the same thing. But like, if I want a deep roster of characters and not the same 10 figures or same 15 characters, like how many times have they done Spider-Man and Daredevil and Punisher?
True, but you can't even use Hasbro. You can't even use Hasbro as that either because they have a bad like legacy of completing teams too.
I didn't say completing teams. I just said a deep roster.
Here's the difference though. When it comes to Marvel, you have options of companies to go to, so there's competition in there. But for these, where there's no competition for this property.
Yeah, but not
Hasbro has it.
Toys. You can go to Super 7. You can go
not
to
not for 6-inch. I guess.
Well, wait. Here's the counterpoint. Look, so
there's some there are some.
That's what I'm
variety
saying.
Of competition is not so much as it is with Marvel. So
But that's my point. Like, if you want something specific, you are stuck with that company. I'm not disagreeing with any of your points.
I ain't stuck with no company.
Shogun. I'm agreeing with you, Headcanon. I'm just saying, like, there's more than we just said. There's more than one collector. So, like, you can go do that, but then you get 10 characters, and then that's it.
All right, but hey, all right. So counterpoint, Caster, you're only thinking in black and white terms. That it's like, oh, okay, cool. So there's a company that like offers basically better than Marvel toys, but they only have 10 toys.
Yeah.
So that's not the range that I want. Okay, cool. I get that. Why not buy those 10 toys though in place of the 10 from Marvel? And then promote the fact that you're buying them because
I'm not disagreeing with that either. That's a good point.
But
Well,
then-
like, for example, like Invincible, right? They did your Alien Dad, and they're going to do an Invincible. I don't think they're going to do as many characters as they're going to do from Jada's not going to do. Jada's going to do more characters than that company's going to do for the Invincible line. So if you're an Invincible fan, that's where you're stuck. If you want all the characters, that's all I'm saying. Like, you are going to be stuck if you want a lot of different variety in your collection.
Not unless you like, do a
Jada and Street Fighter, best example of
like,
that.
hey, but third-party companies are offering like whatever figures. You might have to buy them from sketchy websites, but
but how
But
many?
the thing is, here's the thing: the third-party stuff doesn't like what Khalil's trying to say is like let's just say what was that chick the rabbit the bunny? Huh? What'd you say?
White Rabbit.
Yeah, the White Rabbit, right? Like, no third-party company is going to make that because that's a question mark. They're going to be like, hey, will this sell? Probably not. Is that why they're going to make Spider-Man? They're going to make Deadpools? They're going to make bigger names because they're known to sell more. But having a White Rabbit, that's, someone might like that character a lot, and they were like, hey, I want this. And there's only one company that's going to do it.
I'm not defending, like, the big companies. I think what Hasbro does is shitty. I think what Mattel does sometimes is shitty. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. I'm just saying, if you want a deep roster, if you want to fill out a shelf and you can't paint and customize, you are going to be stuck with certain companies. You can get them at a market. You can wait till the prices drop. You can wait till the clearance hits. Like, there are a lot of options for you to play with in this arena, but like, there's no way around a deep roster. I mean, how many villains has Mafex done for X-Men besides Magneto? So you have all the heroes. You have no villains for the X-Men. And how many years have they had it? Like 5-10 years now?
But
like,
then
But the way you're making it sound like is like if people want a toy of the character from Marvel, they're forced to buy Marvel Legends.
All right, find me a Mephisto other than Marvel Legends and a $90 Marvel Select.
Listen, the Mephisto just recently came out. I was collecting Marvel Legends since like in the late 90s. Like that's not
Marvel
a good
Legends
reason.
is 2000.
Like literally somebody else can literally just randomly make a Mephisto, a toy company.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's
like
when you
find me a white rabbit. It's been 7 years. Find me a white rabbit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but that's a bad example because that's just one version of the toy.
So we're
That's
wait.
the point. That's the whole point.
But that's the thing. Anybody could say that. Any third party can make one specific toy, and then you can say, "Find me a version that did this." Anybody can say that.
But you said there's options. There's not options.
That's a specific toy. Why? See, you're going to the very unique. You're going to the very unique toy.
Headcanon just brought up G.I. Joe. I can go through a roster of Joes. You can't get them in another line.
We're off topic.
But actually, no, hold up. You can get certain. You can get certain Joes on other lines. That's not true.
Yeah,
in a 6-inch format.
There has been third-party people that made Joes in 6-inch format. They have.
We're not talking about the asshole. Headcanon. Who else are you going to get 6-inch Joes from?
It's not
who are you going to get?
They are.
Is they're
raising the price? Can I get
welcome
at the price? Even though I said,
what's up?
What
I don't think
brought it up?
anybody's going to do
Tell
one
me
of
where you
these.
sent them.
And also, when you get into third party and KO and all that stuff, there's also an unknown quantity there with a lot of those companies. Now, you have some like CT Toys, who has a pretty good reputation of making a quality product. But there's a lot of them out there that do not, and it'll look exactly like the licensed version. Let's just say an SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z figure. And it'll look exactly like it. It'll look like it has every single articulation cut that the licensed product has, the official product has. And when you get it in your hand, it does not. And
I wish Talib was here because this is something.
Yeah, we need buzzers.
So much in the late.
Need buzzers, need mutes.
Price
in
hike.
the 2000 in the early in the 2010s up till about 3 years ago, this was the biggest topic with the Transformers world because they had the third party market. You know, fans toys, fans projects, X-Transbots. They were making it, and the whole thing people were going with is they're not making the figures that we want. And so as soon as Takara makes the figures that I want, I'm going to take that off this bootleg and put the official one on there. I swear that's what I'm going to do. That was the proxy they did. And some people were just injecting that copium into their veins. And that's where they had, and now we've got ourselves a masterpiece. We've had 3 masterpiece primes, and there'll still be a third party prime. I'm just saying, like,
But
I can't.
Transformers is the exception, not the rule.
I mean, Transformers is expensive as shit, regardless of where you look at.
No, what I'm saying is,
You're not backing up anything you're saying, Shogun. You're just saying the same thing over
You're
again.
saying he's literally giving you a point, and you're like,
But I'm
that's
saying,
an
like-
exception. I'm like, okay, then everything's an exception. I'm
No,
like, come on, bro.
no. Okay, here. Just find me a Masters bootleg line. Find me a Thundercats line. Find me a DC line that's bootleg. That
technically, I call
Marvel
Super
Legends.
7 a bootleg line. But that's just
Send me any of the big names.
Good night, Mrs. Hendo.
And
Good night, babe.
shut up. But you can't find me a deep roster that all of these major companies are making.
And you're right. That's the thing. I have an expression I go by. I call it, we are a slave to nostalgia.
Yeah,
exactly. Because of that, you have 2 choices. And to pull from Headcanon's big thing about being a capitalist, this is what you got to vote with. And you have to make that decision. Is it worth this? That's why I loved Silverhawks when I was a little kid. I liked Silverhawks better than Thundercats. Yes, I said it. I do not have a single Super 7 on any of my shelves because I'm voting with my wallet that their stuff isn't worth my money. And that's the big thing. You either have to make that personal choice of, is the vendor who is providing that product, are they making the product worth it for me? And up until these last price hikes in the last 5 years. I mean, I personally stopped buying Hasbro Transformers in 2023. Hollow legs, things like that. But I kept saying it was a slave to nostalgia. That's the only way I'm going to get my Starscream. That's the only way I was going to get those characters. And then I just had to make the decision of maybe I'm breaking up with it because the new stuff isn't it.
Okay, and to that point, like you said, you love Silverhawks. So do I. I really do love Silverhawks.
Uh-huh.
I like Thundercats, but I like Silverhawks. I went all in on the ramen. I bought the Monstar, I bought the Quicksilver, and they stopped.
Right.
So my only option, if I really want Silverhawks, is to go to Super 7. Am I happy with it? No.
But that's the thing. If you're not happy with it, I mean, if you do not feel you had a value with what you bought, you got to look in the mirror, and that's the only person you got to blame on that.
I like the cartoon look, so I'm enjoying it. But what I'm saying, I would have rather ramen continued going, and I would have went the ramen ones rather than the Super 7. But
Right,
Super 7,
but I'm just saying, like,
I like them.
example-
I'm enjoying them.
But for me, it's just sometimes you just got to learn to and buy the vintage, and just have to. And sometimes
I have all
and
three.
with these price increases that the whole topic started about is we have to. Again, my opinion is to reevaluate what you're whipping this thing out for. You know, if beggars can't be choosers, sometimes you just.
Price is king for me. I have severe lines and stands depending on what I'm collecting, but also I don't collect based on nostalgia. Like I love Thundercats, I love Silverhawks, but I distill things down to concepts. So instead of collecting Super 7, I have a bunch of AWOC cat people because I like warrior cat people. You know, that economically works for me. That's just how I collect. You know, some people may think he's an asshole, but I collect military. I don't care. If you don't like the guy personally, he hooks me up value-wise for what I want. You know?
Is it that obvious?
And that's really the decision. Some people are locked in by the nostalgia. I luckily have been able to at least smack that monkey off my back. It's on there occasionally. I won't lie. Sometimes the character's made. I need them. But you know, most of the big companies I stay away from because I get generic superheroes or bucks. You know, like I like superheroes, so I just and I just use my imagination. That's just me as a contrarian to like the whole like locked in nostalgia thing. I just knock that bug off myself. Some people are like, if you are locked into the IP enough, you got to buy who got it. That's on you. That's a personal decision. Me, like I love Thundercats. I have Thundercat tattoos. I like Starscreamer. I don't like Super 7. I rather collect AWOC and just do my own headcanon.
But that's the thing. We all collect different things. We all have our different preferences. And I think it's okay to like say, all right, I'm going to go in on Super 7 Thundercats because I really like Thundercats and I love that thing behind me, right? So like I'm fine with it. You're not. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying you're not going to get, if you want actual Thundercats, the only way you're getting them is by going that route. There's no other option. That's all I'm saying.
Or
Couple
things real quick.
Yeah, moderator guard here.
That technique works really well.
Wait, no. Moderator
My enjoyment personally is not tied.
One second. So, yeah, headcanon you could go, but
I'm sorry, I didn't hear Goose. My bad.
Before headcanon you start, I asked the question on has the current retail prices slowed you down on buying action figures? So we're having a debate about toys and prices. Headcanon, go for it.
Yeah, so a couple things just to clarify. I'm a free market capitalist. There's a difference, and also too for quality product at great prices and awesome customer service. I just placed another order with Sis 3D Arsenal. And I was having a problem with their website, and I messaged him, and he walked me through it and fixed everything. And I used my FFC 10 for 10% off my order. So.
Listen, and
that sounds like an amazing deal. Everybody should take advantage of that.
3D printing gets
better right now and order stuff.
As the 3D printing gets better and there are more options, I think that's a great thing for everyone. Like I really like superpowers from like the 80s. Okay, I've always wanted that Dark Side tower. I've always wanted it. There's one on Etsy, like that it's like $400 or $500. I can't afford it. I'd love to get it. At some point, I'm sure somebody else is going to print it and I would rather get that because it's going to be true to what it was than whatever. Like McFarlane put out the Fortress of Solitude, I was all excited, and then 2/3 of the box was fucking cardboard, and I'm like, this is a piece of shit, and I didn't want it. I had to, I had ordered it from someplace I couldn't cancel, so I'm stuck with it, and I'm not happy with that. But like, if I have an option to search outside and get stuff from the outside that are going to supplement or make better product and better customer service, of course I would go for it.
Yeah, 3D printing though has really opened up a lot. Like, you know, they give us all those little things these companies would never give us.
Yeah,
not just like vehicles, figures, but accessories too. So
it's all bringing back the playset.
That's why I show so hard for them, because I love it, and that's one where the technology is really improving, and the quality of things that are being printed now is great.
And you would think that level of competition would have these companies raise the cost or raise their quality. But here's the thing. I've said this for a while. We're not the direct consumer.
Yeah.
And so that's a big issue with our ability to kind of have a voice in this discussion, because as long as the vendors are buying things, they'll continue. Look what happened with Marvel Legends. They switched from Build-A-Figures, four or 5 waves a year for Legends, down to like 1 to 2 maybe. Because one, right? Because the retailers weren't buying them. They were only buying the movie and the retro card product. So like, we lost that because Target, not because of us. We all want it. We want that better than the $27 with no Build-A-Figure parts and no accessories.
Yeah, for Hasbro and Mattel, we've stopped being the customer a long time ago. We're not. We're not the customer to them. So yeah,
I agree with that. Jedi Ben, what are your thoughts about pricing in current market?
I mean, I've quit collecting a lot of the stuff. Just, you know, classified. It's clearance chicken. It's just too high. You know, for what it is. I mean, it's just discipline, and you got to make some choices. You know, I've got other hobbies. I've got other things I'd like to buy, and you know, I'll always buy the vintage. And if I find
skyrocketing.
What's that?
The vintage, man. When I was in Walmart and I saw that vintage is now where Marvel Legends were, or where Hasbro, where Black used to be. I was like, Jesus.
Oh, I mean vintage.
No, actual vintage.
Yeah, vintage.
I'm out on Star Wars. You know, I'm done with it. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, but same thing. It kind of came down to, you know, cost. Like, what's a vintage figure? Like you said, it's almost $30 now.
Yeah,
22 almost. Around
yeah,
there.
my Walmart, they had them for like $27.99.
Yeah,
for a vintage figure.
See, I can't swing Star Wars at $27. I can't.
It's 1/18 scale.
Yeah.
Even Black Series, even the 6-inch one, I can't swing that for $27. I have a hard time. I look at it, but I'm like, nope.
Same.
It's not just 27; it's $27.99. So you automatically start doing that toy aisle math, right? You're like, well, fuck, dude, that's like.
I gotta bounce. I'll see y'all.
Thanks for jumping on.
Really true.
You get to 31 when you walk out the door, Goose.
Yeah.
They said, real quick.
Yeah, it's just too high right now. I mean, there's too many other things to do and too many other things you can collect. And I mean, there's still a few things I pick up. I mean, I got some of the Reaction Plus, you know, but that's just because I'm an O-ring, you know, guy. So.
Yeah. I'm a small scale 6-inch army builder. So, you know, I have to play, you know, very carefully with my money. You know, it's why like some lines I skip on timeline because, you know, the per unit price, I have to think in 4s and 6s, you know. I gotta think of that value. Like, what am I getting for $200?
Definitely. I mean, you know, and that's the thing. If we're gonna collect, and you know, these Black Series or classified or any of those are gonna be where they're at. Heck, I mean, you might as well jump up to the 1/6 stuff, you know, and get something, you know, that's really worth the money. I guess in accessories and detail and sculpts or whatever. And I've always been out of that market, you know, other than a couple things here or there, but I mean, I feel like we've hit a cap on a lot of the lines that, And I mean, some of you guys collect other things that I don't collect, so I don't know those prices. But,
no, I agree. I see it more like there's a little bit of like saturation in like the genres available. Like there's a lot of military line. There's a lot of fancy lines right now. And I think, we're getting to a point where that bubble's going to burst and we're probably going to lose like half of those companies on either side for either reasons, personal economics or just not competitive enough. Like we got a lot of great stuff coming out now. We have some Kickstarters that should be coming out in the next year or two from what we've been seeing at shows from some of these booths. But if those lines are able to compete with guys that have already been in the game 2-3 years, making great indie sales and getting great buzz, we're probably going to see like some flash in the pans. Maybe a few make it, but we're going to see some of the established faces. I think like Mythic's going to stick around for a while because they have their niche.
I mean, they have their
audience.
They have their big fan
Yeah,
base.
they got their stuff locked in. Savage Crucible's getting there, but there's other fancy lines, that have tried to start in between and, trying to get foothold now that I think are going to really struggle.
I think
same way in the
sorry, go ahead.
Same way in the fancy, and same way on on the military side. You got Delta 17, you got Vala, you got like 8 different military lines. You got Monster Force.
And the new one that just got announced with Hama, right?
Yeah. That subline that just got announced. Yeah, they're doing like 3 lines themselves. They're all military. There's a lot of choice that's gonna lead to a lot leftover stock. I feel in the next several years.
Well, yeah.
So I have a couple points and a couple of insights, right? So I think that the main thing that keeps us from collecting is just the investment alone, because it's more than just money, right? It's also like how much time do we have to wait for the email that tells us to log on to this app at this certain day and time to get like a pre-order thing that we're paying a subscription to, right? We're like Hasbro Pulse, right? And how often are all of us disappointed at like the scarcity of drops, and how pissed off do we get when it's like, fuck dude, I just spent like, all in all, it's like 3 hours over like the last like month and a half. But it's that buildup, right? So we've invested, a continuous amount of time over the last month and a half in like small itty bitty, amounts. And then it never comes to fruition. It's like the ultimate blue balls, right? You're almost there, nothing, right? So it's not just the cost. It's it's all the waiting and the pre-orders and like the scarcity, and then like maybe like the fact that there's so much language involved in the toy industry now that like toy companies are having to put out like veritable dictionaries about like what their terms mean, like the differences in between like pre-order, in stock, out of stock, exclusive. Like Savage Crucible did when Elric dropped, and like half the fucking toy industry got their panties in a wad. So if there's so much confusion and frustration and temperament and like time and money and all this investment, and all of us can't even like bust a money shot, why do it?
I mean, there's a good parallel to compare it to. I don't know, it's probably not you guys' thing, but like the shoe market, that's how it was. It's the hype beast, it's all the hype, and then nothing. And it gets so frustrating, you eventually just burn out and move on. I mean, it's the same thing with this. If you can't get it on Pulse right at the, right at that minute or that second, basically on some of these, and I know they're doing that on purpose,
Oh, 100%.
It just burns people out, and it really hurts the market, and they don't get that because they're trying to nail that hot thing right now and hype it up and bang, bang, bang.
Dude.
And I don't know.
During COVID, Jordans were selling out like twice in the same day. Like, Nike would have a drop, and then that drop would sell out. And then within like a couple hours, the resellers that bought almost all that drop were sold out on eBay. So then
even during COVID, that's when like 3D printing took the boom. That's when a lot of people were stuck home. They bought 3D printers and started messing around. So like a bunch of guys pop up from around that time.
Well, and they play those games too to make it look like it's really valuable. I've been to a few stores that have like exclusive stuff, and I went in, like, "Do you have any?" And
weaponized scarcity.
And you walk in, they're like, "Yeah, we'll grab one. You got the last one." And so I ended up walking around the back of the store, and when I came back out front, they put another one out, and I'm "Oh, you asshole!"
They had another
like,
one on the shelf. Yeah.
That's
we found. We just happened to find one.
Yeah,
I feel like I saw that in like a cartoon or something when I was younger, like somebody doing that trick at a store.
It was a Foot Locker.
Yeah, I think I saw it on like Rocco's Modern Life or something.
Sounds like an episode of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, maybe.
I worry about the indie market. Like Hendo was saying, like I think the indie market is spiking and doing really good. I worry about them working with independent retailers, to be honest with you, because they have such quantities and they have such a need to sell certain amounts that it's harder for these smaller, mom and pop shops to kind of take up what like a Big Bad might order, or like a Entertainment Earth, or one of the bigger online retailers would take from some of these independents. And so it's limiting their exposure in some ways. And some of them are doing fine. Like Valaverse is doing fine. Like Legions is doing fine. Savage is like on fire. But like long term, I worry about like the how it's going to affect the smaller shops, because if people can't get the stuff there, then they're going to go somewhere else, and they're going to get their other stuff somewhere else. So there's like a double-edged sword there. Where
and Khalil's bringing up a very good point, because especially when Diamond went out, like even AWOC and some of the other indie toys, they were dependent on Diamond to get them into the smaller stores. Like I have a chain near me called Toy Vault. They did most of their procurement through Diamond, and I had, and I used to advocate for AWOC and other lines with them to, look for them on the order sheet. And like that resource is gone now. So like a lot of times it's up to like Savage, Vala, Mythic. They have all reached out to retailers in regions. Like they're kind of doing like a franchise thing. Like they're finding, regional mass retailers with websites and stuff. But the mom and pop shops aren't like being contacted because there really is no directory. Like Diamond Select had that whole thing. But like, I'm sure they are. But like it's not like.
And what I'm saying is like things at Toy Fair, they go up and they're, there's not the option to buy at a smaller thing to kind of test the market. Yeah. They only want to sell at big quantities. So it's harder for mom and pops to carry that stuff because these companies aren't willing to kind of take a chance on a couple cases. So it's not just like Vala and Legions. There's a lot of smaller companies that are doing it. So it's like there's a lot of complexity to the whole thing.
Yeah. Some of it's logistics because it costs so much to send stuff, especially if you're going to overseas retailers, that sending a small amount just isn't feasible. They need the bulk because they are small. They can't absorb the cost. Like like Hasbro and Super 7 even to an extent, because Super 7 was in the small and pop shops for a while. They're in FYEs, they were in Newberry Comics, they were in Toy Vault.
Yeah, 7 fucked everybody at the end of the year. By the way,
they did. They did so bad.
Anyway,
heck yeah, what are you saying?
Mom and pop stores get hosed anyway because there's not a lot of distributors anymore, and the few that do sell to them at retail price, which means when they hit the shelves, like I'll say, and so I the Wild Bill I got the other day, I got it from a mom and pop shop that I go to because I like supporting them. So he was $34 that I paid there, and I went there because why they had them on the shelf there, whereas the Walmarts and the Targets don't order a lot, and the ones they order get ate up by folks that go in and buy the entire case, so they can flip them on. There's other thing. That's
and I know for a fact that like the current wholesale price for Hasbro, that basic line, Legends, Joe's, that $27.99. The wholesale price to normal retailers, not Walmart and Target, is $25.99. So like they're making maybe $1 on everything without raising the price up. So like they're hurting them because Walmart is selling them at the same price as what the mom and pop, like you just said, they're selling. And I know if I've seen the sheets, like they are 100% selling them to those smaller shops at that price. So comic shops and smaller toy stores can't keep up.
Yeah, it's making them it's pricing them into like boutiques, essentially.
Yes.
And like, usually go to your local comic shop for like some deals. You don't go there for the upcharge necessarily.
Supporting them. Like I decided.
Yeah. But usually that's like a give back. Like, like tabletop stores, they hook you up with like some brushes or some paints or something if you spend X amount.
Well, but I'm saying like I'm buying less, but still spending a lot because like I decided like for the most part, I'm not going to get my stuff from Target or Walmart. I'm going to get it from smaller shops, and I'm paying an upcharge, but I'm also buying less toys.
Yeah.
So like, I probably would have bought that whole new box wave of Legends in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to buy. I'm going to buy one from my local shop because I just want the. I want to finish my Alpha Flight, so I'm going to get her. But I don't want any of the other ones, even though Box is part of Alpha Flight. I'm like, I'm not. I still don't have an Executioner because I'm not willing to pay the $30 that it would cost for most of them. Because they're just going to end up in a box. So like, I'm also going to buy less because of it, but I'm going to rather support the stores that have them. So.
And the trend with those Build-A-Figures is in a few years they'll release it as a deluxe. Anyway.
Well, I don't think you'll see boxes of deluxe.
But like, Build-A-Figure too.
Wait, you're gonna see this guy as a deluxe? I can't wait.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, that movie was just bad.
I literally built them from Ollie figures. I found it hilarious. I got like a whole bath for like $15.
But I was
you
overpaid figures back then. When
overpaid, definitely.
Yeah. I bought some Legends I didn't want because of Build-A-Figure parts. Before that's how they get you.
But then
I'm building like a Wakanda Royal Guard, so I got like a bunch of cheap ones.
Yeah.
Abby,
but there are some that I know that like if they did it as a Build-A-Figure, certain ones that they'll come out with it as a card figure. But then there's certain ones like that. I don't think that box will ever be. It's not popular. A lot of people aren't into the obscure.
Yeah.
And that's not even my favorite version of box. So there's no way I'm getting it. So.
Right.
Just cracking jokes as I have that bath. Well, no, if they improve the Rintra, they could probably make a pretty good deluxe out of this. But they have to tweak it.
Yeah, but
they'd have to tweak it all the way to comic looking.
I mean, they've used the same Hulk body.
Yeah,
in,
exactly.
All the Hulks at this point. Shogun, you were asking a question. What was your question?
Yeah, what was the question you were asking in the beginning of this topic?
Have current retail prices slowed you down?
Yes.
Next question.
Next question.
That's one question of the book.
They maybe change tracks, but I'm still going full speed.
I mean, it's still a topic, right? Because the thing is, like, with Marvel, Hasbro being Hasbro just being so high in dollars at retail right now, it's just like it makes me. And like the thing is, I always see Marvel Legends and GI Joes as like a crappier toy line compared to some of the other independent and the third party stuff. I'd rather spend more money and get something that I really like a Mezco or like as you can see, like Cesrays and shit. I would spend more money just so I could enjoy the figure more than something that I'm not going to enjoy.
Here's a really good example to that point. Next year, Hasbro got the license for Voltron, right? I don't need another Voltron. If I'm going to buy one, I'm going to save up for that $600, the one with the mini pilots that you could put in the cockpit and it stands on the thing, it can fly. I'd rather save up and get the third-party version there. So that's a really good example. I'm not going to pay the exorbitant cost and next year's going to suck. Mattel and Hasbro has just gulped up everything. Yeah. They got Voltron, they got Power Ranger, not Power Rangers.
Yeah, they released that.
They just grabbed everything. I'm surprised. Yeah. Jesus Christ, what's he doing?
They're together, I think. Talib and Lillian. Why are you?
I don't think Talib has a choice.
I would say get a room, but you're already at the house.
He
has all the rooms
inside the house.
I also think these companies they're not really thinking long term because they're not really doing anything to bring the next generation. Like I think I'm probably one of the oldest folks on the chat tonight. I'm 53. So you know, and I think they're focused so much on us and trying to soak us for as much as they can get now, with no plan for the tomorrow. And then when the few times they try to do something that would appeal to start bringing in the younger audience, for example, the new Mattel Justice League figures. I'm telling you, kids didn't go in there and wipe those off the shelf. It was folks like us that did that, and that was intentionally priced and made for a kid. I mean, yeah, it was still pricey for kids, but compared to what we normally pay for things.
Well, I think we're one of the target demographics for their 6-inch lines anyways. Like, they make so many different other products that are more kid friendly that do sell, like small scale stuff, gimmick stuff,
but
crossovers. Like 6-inch though, it's just the way they keep going for these deep cuts at the price. Just feels like they know that we're going to buy that out of their wide catalog of actual kid product. Because like our things like 1 of 12 categories of the same IP.
That's hooking them into the IPs. Like, you know, there's nothing to step kids into GI Joe. You know,
they've dropped that.
I've advocated for like it. I've talked about them doing. You know, they should resurrect the Adventure Team line, and I think they own Imaginext.
They do
stuff like that. Yeah, play school. Do those kind of things, and then do a smaller line. Like I don't like those 4-inch Marvel and Star Wars figures they do, but it's a kids line because it's not made for me. It's designed for kids. They could do something like that to kind of keep people stepping into the brand. But I think
the issue is the kids don't want toys anymore.
Yeah. Well, when I was a millennial, what got me into G.I. Joe even more so than the toys, because I'm kind of young, so most of the cartoons were in syndication and watching them reruns early in the morning on Cartoon Network. But they still had like the camping kits and like the juice boxes that look like canteens and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff to get you outside and playing with your friends. And, or just like hanging out in the sleepover. You all think you're watching Rambo because the parents ain't paying attention. You're drinking out of canteens because you think you're all badasses about to go fight the Viet Cong, but you're all like 11 years old and stupid and need to go to bed at 9.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, but they don't do that. G.I. Joe doesn't do that anymore. Like I remember being able to get like little accessory kits, and like dress up like a GI and just play in the backyard with your friends because that became unpopular among certain advocacy circles. And they didn't see the return over controversy.
But anytime like Hasbro tries to do something like G.I. Joe where they try to broaden the appeal, us collectors smack them for it. Like that whole Action Man thing. That was a thing that was originally brought out. They resurrected the Action Man brand to compete with Max Steel back in the 12-inch days. Yep. And it's a non-military or new characters. Like everybody's dumping on that Synapse guy, and it's like. It's a Fortnite figure, but
he's a Fortnite figure. Yeah,
Fortnite. So that's why I like.
He kind of felt like a Fallout villain to me.
I like this guy, because he's a new character. He's not strictly military. It could appeal. Fallout. Stuff like that. They could go that direction. So
at the beginning of the pandemic and like through the pandemic, the Fortnite, like the 3 3/4 Fortnite line was like bananas. Like you couldn't find it.
It was.
And it was priced under $10.
Yeah.
Like you can get a figure, you get the pickaxe, you get a piece to build. They had play sets, they had vehicles, and everything, with the exception of like the big loot crate thing, the loots that the llamas they would do was under $30. Even the vehicles. So you could get a semi truck, you could get a Lamborghini, you can get all this stuff for like $19. You get a figure and the vehicle. Like they were doing something right, and then they lost the license.
But that's also the thing.
Like even Jazzwares
having vehicles and figures.
Yeah, but even like like he said, like that Fortnite line did so well. They even did like a Halo line in that scale that was very affordable, and that thing used to go sell out all the time.
And I don't think it's so much that kids don't want to play with this stuff. It's that marketers have forgotten how to market to kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's
no media. There's no toy stores.
There's no media.
Like there's no giant product displays.
Yeah.
It's just in the aisles in department stores. Like when you got brought into a Toys R Us, a Child's World, a Toy Palace, whatever the hell your local thing was, there was displays. Everything, there was You know, whether you like the categorization or not, there's a boy section and a girl section that just went hells to the nine with either one of their themes. Like My Little Pony displays were all decked out with lights and shit. Like you had helicopters in the boys section hanging from the ceilings. There was displays of all the toys and stuff. Like it got you excited to actually want to go out and play. Not to mention like the commercials and the cartoons and shit.
Well, like there's a new Spider-Man display in Walmart's right now, right? And it spans like 3 aisles. Like the main thing, you can go like 3 aisles down. There's only one section with toys in it. Everything else is like lunchboxes, t-shirts, towels, water bottles, right? There's no toys in there. There's nothing for the kids to play with in there. And that's a lot.
That's the thing too, is that all the aisles, they have a boys aisle or a girls aisle, but they're empty pegs.
Empty.
You know?
Yeah.
There'll be one figure here, one figure there, and then a ghost town.
Brony, I got older sisters, bro. I had to deal with shit. you want to know something funny? Here's a deep cut on Hendo. My first bike was a lamb chop bike because I had to get it hand me down from my older sister.
Hand me down.
Luck. She's only 3 years older than me. So when she aged out, it came to me. And then luckily I got a surge bike like within a few weeks because my aunt was like, "Oh hell no!" So she'd give the shit at least. Yeah, nice Huffy.
I just think we need to start having a more
Should at least
realistic
give you that lamb chop bike
perspective on this hobby.
Absolutely.
And I know, Cleo, I catch your content once in a while.
And it only had one training wheel. I busted my ass on it like
one of the
twice.
main points you try to make is that we need to start having some perspective about this stuff.
Yeah, it's complex. I think the thing that I've been pushing more is like we need to stop eating each other in this and competing against each other. Like we're never gonna mobilize. We are never gonna mobilize to the point where we can make an impact. We can make small impacts here and there, especially with the indie companies. They'll fix things, but when we talk about the big mechanics and things, it's really hard to turn that ship around.
You're not touching Hasbro or Walmart at any day
at all. So like,
they're not even listening.
Like Nintendo, you collect what you collect. Awesome. Like I'm never gonna criticize you about what you collect. Shogun, same thing. Gooch, you're doing customs, and that's excellent too. I love the flag sitting behind you. Like, I think it's beautiful that we all get to share this. I think that's the fun part of it, and it gives us a little bit of respite from the bullshit that we have to deal with on a daily basis. And I think that's the important thing, is that we can come on here and have this, and we're not going to get off and say, "Fuck you, I hate you." Like, it's like
I'm pretty testy tonight.
I still love
that's why I keep showing up to these things, because I can't stand any of you.
Before we wrap up,
Oh,
go ahead, Hagen, go ahead.
And I think a lot of this though is driven by the social media and the pursuit of clicks and negative stuff.
We can never find that
thing. Yeah. So I think that amplifies something, and we think that just because I watch certain channels and they hate it or like it, then everybody else must think the same way. And if you don't, then you're stupid.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, but that does happen a lot, and it sucks because I guarantee you, half the stuff that other people like, I probably don't like most of the time anyway.
Yeah,
because I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy. I've never really been. I tried. Trust me, I forced myself into it, and I spent a lot of money forcing myself into it. But it just never, like when it was time to get rid of it, in a heartbeat, I was like, "All right, bye, take care."
And also think that sometimes too, we remember back when we were a kid and none of this stuff was popular, and to like it, you were kind of shunned. But as I put it, sometimes I'm a 53-year-old man who fought for his country. I don't let the opinions of others, impact me as much anymore. So it's
that's comment of the night.
So I'll take. If you want to give me a ration of crap for that Death Star Despoiler and spending that much, then that's okay. It's my money. If I want to say I wouldn't buy this, then I'm not telling you to buy it or not buy it. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it. So.
Listen, no one should ever tell you how to spend your damn money.
No,
you're the only one who worked for it.
It's really funny. You're going to hear later in the week. I recorded a video this morning. It's almost word for word what you just said, Ed Cannon.
I mean, I'm not even talking about your toy head cannon, but literally, it's literally like someone's piece of crap is somebody else's treasure.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
And it's called Macari and whatnot is where you find all that stuff.
I may not agree with you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it.
Thank you, Descartes.
Literally.
Was that Descartes or was Voltaire? That was Voltaire.
I don't know. I got it from Family Guy, I'm pretty sure.
All right, so the last person that we have not heard from on the pricing tonight has been Winford. You have not chimed in, sir. So what are your thoughts?
Well, my spending is pretty much a case by case basis. So showed her off earlier tonight. She was like $60, but it's an import figure, great articulation, straight out of the package, and a ton of accessories. Totally worth it for $60. Absolutely. When I first started, I'd look at a figure, $60. I'm like, there's no way in the hell I'm paying that for a figure. It's just not gonna happen.
You graduated as a collector, though. I agree with that, dude. I used to look at $25, like fuck no, would never spend $25 on a figure, and now I'm just like, oh, $25, that's it.
Yeah, and we've been conditioned as like, it's only $30. It's only $35. We've been conditioned to like, that's acceptable. Oh well, that's what I have to pay. No, you don't have to pay it. You have to determine is it worth it to you to pay whatever they're asking.
You don't have to. You want to.
Well, and that's
right.
There's that old saying, like, right? How do you boil a frog? Slowly, like
exactly.
Just keep slowly turning up the temp. They don't notice it.
Exactly.
Like they're just slowly turning up the temp on us. And at a certain point, we're done.
These figures, all these right here, and all those right there, those are all Black Series figures. But I did not pay full retail for most of those. I bought them on sale at BBTS. I bought them at clearance at Ollie's. There's only a couple, a handful, probably less than a dozen in there that I actually paid full price for. And some of those were because, okay, to me, to finish out whatever that collection is, like those right there are all of the Ahsoka Tano's versions that Black Series has done. So yeah, when they did the re-release of the Padawan Ahsoka, because the original was going for well over $70 or $80, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm paying that for Black Series. But you know what? I'll go ahead and pay $25 for the reissue to go ahead and get one and finish that out and not have to worry about it.
I think it's okay with like the way you're saying, like the way we're talking, like, okay, if you're gonna spend money on a toy that could be deemed expensive by somebody else, who gives a shit, right? Who cares? Right. But the problem is like the people that buy the toy and then they whine about paying for it. I'm like, dude, like, don't buy the toy.
But it gives them the hate clicks and all that shit.
I'm like, just don't buy the toy.
20 years I've been doing this shit, right? Like I've been on and off different podcasts, videos, websites, all this stuff. I was always the positive one going, this is great, or this is a constructive way of looking at it, right? This last month, I was like, Gibbs was like, let's have some fun being a heel. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I've had more views in the last month than I had in the last year. Yeah. And it's just, and I'm like, this is fascinating. And like people think I'm being serious, and I'm like, I'm not serious. I'm like, I'm basically telling everybody to fuck off, but like, not in like I don't like you, just like like we've been saying, like we can buy what we want to buy, and everybody else, like, fuck off. That was for Johnny.
Telling somebody to fuck off instead of saying, you're awesome doesn't get a different response. Like you just say somebody you're awesome to somebody on the street, it's like, okay, like when you say, hey, fuck off, hey, fuck you, buddy. Who the hell are you talking to? Like, what the?
What? Why do chickens not like you, and how do you know it? Because we're all, fuck off.
I feel like the ones that got it the worst is definitely the G.I. Joe, for sure. the GI Joe fans have it the worst because they
Yeah.
they are definitely
Hey, Jay, what's up, man?
more than anybody else. I would say they're stuff for sure. But it's just
Yeah.
either you buy it or you don't. That's where the GI Joe fans are at. That's it.
Yeah, I said I like fictional military, so I left GI Joe years ago. You know, like GI Joe was a huge influence on me growing up. I loved the IP, but when I got out and I finally got back into collecting, I just, I got into like the first, I think it was like 20 figures they released, and I was just not feeling it. I jumped in here and there since. Some of them are all right. I could do some stuff with them, but most of the time I avoid like all but one figure in a wave if I don't skip the whole wave in general now.
Well, and Hasbro doesn't know what to do with the brand anyway. They're all over the map with it.
Yeah. They are.
How long?
I used to do conventions right next to Hasbro headquarters. I've talked with them back in the day. It was frustrating to try to communicate issues. Back then, like I know it changed, and I switched gears long before then, so I wasn't really interacting with them. They stopped showing up.
There's a huge disconnect between what's being made and like what the corporate's saying. Like the Engine of Vengeance, I think, is one of the best examples that nobody talks about. The way it should be talked about is that it was not supposed to be $350.
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes before the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're jacking the price up.
Oh,
Yep.
And, like, for no reason other than they wanted to give it back. Like it made no sense. And so like there's a big disconnect where like certain people like Lenny and Tony and some of those guys are really working to try to get the stuff that we want into the line the way that they can. But then there's a layer there that's like, no, we need to keep the profit margins high and we need to pass the cost on to the customers. We're not going to eat it. And there's a big difference. And Hasbro does take the most shit because they do pass the most to the customers.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the same thing with Mattel. We're seeing similar, but not the same. And I think that that's why they get so much hate. But I think they're all scumbags that are going to fuck us over.
Yeah.
I think Mattel's a little better, but yeah, I agree with you. Like Hasbro, they're just, especially this last 2 years with what's going on internally, and then with Tony and Lenny leaving, among others. I mean, they rushed things. They tried to get as much out as they could, before they do whatever they do next. Which I mean, I imagine they'll end up licensing it out back to Lenny and Tony, but we don't know that for sure. But
I doubt it. Like they mess around with a lot of things. Like even before they started messing with their action figure division, their toy division the most. Like they were messing around with D&D. They still are. They're pissing people off left and right.
Screwed everybody.
Their shit they pull with the magic cards. Like they don't got a great record. Revealing that you got Pinkertons on the payroll doesn't exactly make the common person to feel very confident in your company. I come from a union family, so made me feel some type of way.
They floated these raises in prices in the middle of COVID because I was still getting their press releases. And I remember getting one for Star Wars and Legends. And they had MSRP at $29.99. And they were still at $22.99. And for just like one wave. And I remember getting the email and going to run the news. And I emailed the PR company and said, is there a mistake here? Like, why are these at a higher price than the last wave and the wave after? Like, why are these specifically right? And so they saw that those sold out, believe it or not. That wave had like the Rex with the poncho and the Ahsoka, and they had like that whole wave of like Clone Wars. They sold out instantly. And then they dropped the prices back down to 22, and then we've seen them kind of pop back up because they knew where their ceiling was.
But that economy isn't this economy.
No, but I think they were testing the waters then because they kind of saw where things were.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, they're playing those long games that people do.
Well, and they always go proportionate to the economy. They don't skim the line. They make sure they're well ahead of it. That's just proper planning as a company.
It's really funny because like I used to get all this stuff and I've never talked about it. And it's like, well, I didn't sign NDA, so fuck them. I'll talk about it.
I'm
I think the production run on that particular wave you're talking about was low anyway, because that was when the production pendulum was swinging back toward the low end.
Yeah.
But it was so weird that like other figures that came out at the same time weren't at the same level. That was just a really weird thing. And they're like, no, that's not a mistake. That's what the prices are. And I was like,
yeah,
no, that doesn't make sense to me.
Now, I know this idea would probably cause a riot, but I think probably the best thing that ever happened to Star Wars and G.I. Joe was them going away for a few years.
Yeah,
I've been
it is
for years.
It's
Like,
true. It's like that with several properties.
I think Legend should also go away for a while.
Yeah,
I think they've gone. I think they've run for
another break. That is,
they're being kept on life support at this point.
But there's no.
We're enabling them to keep them on life support.
And I think that there's no innovation, right? Because like there's nobody needing to take these lines away from the big companies as much as we used to. Like the fact that Mattel got DC back is insane to me.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because like especially when a company is like losing a license, they start releasing like the better shit that we all wanted. And like Mattel did the same thing when they lost their license to McFarlane. They started releasing Fire, and I was like, "What the hell?"
So I can't say too much about that. But there was a reason behind the scenes for that, and it had nothing to do with losing the license.
Okay.
Like there was something that happened behind the scenes that had nothing to do with the license. Why things? Because I think it would have continued if they had kept the license this way with McFarlane right now.
I mean, again, if they released what they did in that last like quarter, of what they had, I would be back in the Mattel DC in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was amazing what they were doing. Soft goods.
Brian just said something about Big Bad Workshop, and I know they get a lot of trash for their prices for it, but them Savage Crucible, AWOC, Valorverse, they're giving us things that are familiar, but I'm sorry.
Well, he's saying something positive. He's doing a Dave Chappelle reference.
They're giving us something that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
That we're not getting the same thing over again. Like the Soldier of Fortune line from Big Bad Workshop, and now that Agents of Omega is giving us like an adventure team style. And I'm looking forward to that Fury Force because I'm a Cold War kid, and that's been an untouched era. So I'll probably buy a couple of them at $40 a piece. Mythic Legions is the same way. Like when that Mythic Legions that put me on the rabbit hole for a while, Avi, I said I didn't realize this was scratching an itch I didn't know I had.
Yeah,
like having a fantasy line, stuff like that. So
I understand.
The last good fantasy line we had was back in 2001 when Toy Biz was doing Lord of the Rings 6-inch figures.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And not that was you look at it now and it's not great, but back then it was groundbreaking stuff. I mean, just same thing they were doing with Marvel Legends back in the Toy Biz days. They had all these great sculpts. They had these washes. They went crazy with the paints,
and they changed the scale. Like, and they've talked. Multiple toy people have talked about it. That the reason they went with the 6-inch scale was because of us, and it evokes the same feeling we had holding a 3 3/4 character, which was the standard 5-inch character back then. The 6-inch scratches that nostalgia itch for a lot of us. And it's purposeful. Like I've talked to multiple toy employees that have said that like they hone in on that to get us as the market for those.
Well,
yeah, like I have one older line before I enlisted that I collected. I had the Stargate SG-1 line from Diamond back in the day. And I had all of them so you could like build the Stargate. Like those figures, of course, won't hold up today, but they just did an amazing job with that. Like, and when I've mentioned it before to other indie toy companies, like that whole build a diorama concept they did back then was actually quite awesome. Like if you could incorporate that somehow with bases or, like pieces, that'd be, pretty awesome to assemble a team and you get like a whole like little structure. Like, the paint and everything was so much fun. It's just the engineering, like Jedi said, like it doesn't hold up to today, but they just did so much back then.
And I hope
I see a lot of toys. I see a lot of companies. People asking companies, "Hey, get this license for this cartoon or this movie," and it's like, why aren't we doing new things? You know, that's where I like the Mythic and and all those other ones. Savage Crucible. I mean, it's kind of new stuff. And Big Bad Workshop's putting out new things instead of rehashing all this old stuff over again. At least the Transformers every few years used to reinvent itself. You get the same characters, but it was different. And now they've fallen into that where it's all this. I don't even see the difference in the studio series and the main lines anymore.
There is.
They're all interchangeable with each other.
Yeah, it's just an extra piece of real estate in the aisle for them. Like, it's not any different. They kind of go. Yeah, I hope Nacelle does the Star Trek and they actually get their bridge play set out. I think.
Yeah, like I like what they're doing with that, and like as far as like doing new stuff, like I like retro sci-fi. I just don't like the company, but like Boss Fight Studio, like I like their designs. Like, I might give this new wave a chance. Maybe they've updated some stuff. Like I might grab one of these like retro figures they teased just to see like what's going on, if they've made improvements. But like I like that kind of stuff. I don't need like Flash Gordon, but give me something from that pulp sci-fi era, like inspired by it.
Their plastic needs to improve though, and I'm glad that they picked up Lenny and the other guy because I just think they're gonna make it better. Because like I like Boss, but don't get me wrong, but their plastic needs to improve. Like dude,
I like their designs. Their design department, I think, comes up with some pretty good stuff. It's random to some people, but I kind of like how they're trying to hit across the board every wave, and they're like taking inspirations.
I want to take a break here to say thank you to Lillian for a $2 super chat. Tal making me dinner right now. Nice. Well, congratulations, man. I hope he gets some dinner.
And this is why she can't get action figures, because she's talent.
Supporting talent.
Yeah, exactly. But
she can just steal talents.
As always, we're gonna play a video for you, Lillian. Thank you.
Oh, look at that. A super chat. Good boy. Have an apple.
I want a damn apple.
Thank you, Lillian, for the super chat. And Shogun is requesting Lillian to have Tal make him some dinner too. Bacon and eggs.
Breakfast for dinner is awesome.
Nice. I think she's talking about something else, by the way.
Love it.
Yeah, she's talking about biscuits and gravy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to take a break from the price talk. And since we had some new people jump on, House Henda, would you like to show off any pickups you've had?
Let's see what you got.
Yes. No, we get to that. So I got myself a Bernice.
How do you like it?
Nice.
Good so far. I got 2 more. So I have 3 of them.
Nice.
I like the armor. I like the helmet. I like the designs on it. She's pretty smooth out the box. Just one thing I always get annoyed with was Desiree. I hope they, fix it in wave 3 is I hate the single joint elbows. That's just my personal pet peeve. I want some double elbows on shit. But other than that, like, she looks really good. I'm anticipating what Savage does when they finally do their females, because I know they're paying attention to this stuff. But I'm probably gonna open one and put her armor on Gold Hilder. I'm thinking about doing like a little Amazon thing with all of Bernice's armor. So I have a Cassia too.
I have.
I'm gonna make them like. Yeah, I got Cassia, a Gold Hilder, and I got 3 Bernices, which I'm going to use their armor on Gold Hilder and Cassia, and try to make them like a trio of Amazonian sisters. Like some like self-inspired stuff. And I got this finally.
Oh, Jester.
What is Jester?
Yeah, I got the Blade Jester.
Is the bloody
unfortunately it was.
Is the bloody one as gooey as the original release too, or did they change it by then?
I didn't have a problem with Jester. I believe it's Lieutenant Hune that has the gummy issue.
Yeah, Lieutenant Hune had it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hune has that because they didn't like properly. I think they like didn't set the wash right in her legs.
Endless, welcome.
I've heard something.
But no, Jester's usually good. I'm actually gonna keep him in the box for right now.
Okay.
because so far in my collection, because I gotta find a good spot. And I already have the regular Jester. He did get in, like the box did end up in the rain, so I got some bowing going on. It did get a little bit wet, so not exactly collector mint, but he'll probably be opened eventually.
Yeah.
That's really it. It's those 4 figures for me this week. I didn't really go too crazy. Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff going on, so been a long week.
Good pickups. Good pickups.
Thank you.
Jedi Ben, go ahead.
Got an Optimus.
Oh, that's the one I've never been able to find.
I had neither. I got it at a car show.
Wow.
For my kid.
Sure.
I did get that a couple weeks ago now.
Okay.
Nice.
That's another one I've been wanting to find. That's like
I haven't got a classified for ages, and I did order that, I think, on Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And got it.
What was it about that one that you wanted so badly?
I like the crystal ball.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's got that same little head on it, but I don't know. I like the crystal ball series, and whatever. So I got it. And then I got some Super 7s.
Is that reactions, right?
Okay.
Yep. I mean, that Viper guy, that one's never been made, so that's a nice one.
That's cool.
These two I'm not really a fan of, but hey, whatever. He's not been made, so I'll take it.
Yep.
And then I just got these, I don't know, a day or two ago with the glow in the dark.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did that say Glow Patrol?
Yeah, it's they had them at the JoeCon, but it's Glow Patrol.
Okay.
And they're not bad.
Well, that's
I don't think I cut these open yet. Sorry.
No worries, dude. No worries at all. Figured we'll take a break from arguing with each other.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been arguing.
It was a good debate. It was a good debate.
I was waiting for somebody to throw a chair.
I show up for the debate and y'all turn it off. I'll tell you
What else we got?
No, you can restart it. You can restart it. Don't worry.
If I could move more than 2 feet in my office, I would have thrown a chair.
I think that's it. Besides a nice stack of comics, but I haven't picked much else up. Kind of back to the debate. Pricing and just waiting for stuff to go on clearance, but I don't have a Target near me, and the Walmart doesn't get squat, so it's been, pretty bleak.
Yeah, my Walmart is freaking horrible too, so I get it.
I think every Walmart's like that at this point. My
I
Walmart.
mean, dude, my Target doesn't even sell NECA anymore. They stopped.
I have two Walmarts on either side of my town. They have Target. Never have a good time.
I have
Well,
Over Commanders back on the shelf at my Walmart.
I have like 7 Walmarts around me, and there's only one that carries Joe. So,
I mean, the other Targets around me do have NECA, but there's a lot of stores around me in general, but there's just too many collectors in this area. So, I never. But to be fair though, I don't really buy much stuff that you could find in stores anymore. So, and
True.
I'd rather just have it come to my house. Brian.
The hunt.
Yeah, dude, I hunt Pokemon cards now, bro. Brian, do you have anything to show off?
Yeah, sure. I just got back from CarverCon yesterday.
How was that?
Yeah.
CarverCon?
It was great. Got to meet a lot of people and talk toys and talk customs and all that good stuff. It was a good fun event. So if you get a chance to go next year, I encourage you to go. Some of the things that I picked up the Plunder frogs. So
You mentioned that earlier about selling out soon.
Nice. My wife really likes that line. I've been thinking about getting those.
Don't think long because these are selling out. The frogs are selling out. So I speak truth. I'm not speaking hype. So.
Oh, I know. I own some of your products. Proud customer right here, Brian.
but anyway, the Plunderlings was very neat at the show because there was 6 or 7 kids that were buying Plunderlings. So, and I probably saw 15 kids at the show, at the con. So kids are interested in toys if you give them the right stuff. So, but it was interesting seeing Ricky talk to one of the kids because he knelt down and got on the kid's level, and the kid was telling him what he liked about the toys and that kind of thing. A lot of them are using them for stop motion photography too, or stop motion videos and that kind of thing. So some of that stuff is keeping kids interested. And I had some AWOC at the show, so anytime I see one of those, I might need to pick it up.
Oh yeah, I got the Necro Pale.
I got a good deal on this guy, one of the Operation Monster Force. And Bigfoot never gets old, so the camera. He's so big I don't know how to turn him toward the camera. Okay. All right.
Yeah, good grab. Those are really good.
So, this is a good figure. So that is my first loose collector figure. So that's about all the pickups that I got.
But did you want to chime in on the pricing debate?
Oh yeah, the pricing stinks, but it also pushes you to look at other things, and I think independent toys is where it's at. The thing about the nostalgia and stuff, I was nostalgic with Marvel Legends for a really long time, until there was a year that they put out 17 or 18 Spider-Mans, and I was trying to buy them all, and I was like, why am I buying the same figure over and over again? Thinking about G.I. Joe, I mean, they put out 240 some odd 6-inch figures. And I know everybody wants the greenbacks, or a few people want the greenbacks. I was one of those people that wanted the greenbacks, but I got tired of buying military figures, so I stopped buying those, and I stopped buying the Valverse figures. I did pick up the Dreadnoks and some of those outside not military characters, and I think that's why you're seeing some of that. Also, the guy that bought Hasbro is into video games, so you're seeing some more of that sci-fi-ish kind of figures. You're seeing the Tomb Raider, you're seeing the some of that stuff, or the CEO. So I think that's
he is from Microsoft.
Yeah, so I think that's why you're seeing some more of that. You're also seeing Gamerverse and Marvel Legends, and the funny thing is about those Gamerverse figures is they're pouring they're better figures than the comic book figures or the movie figures. So that's another thing too. Which I've noticed Bobby Vallis kind of went away from the military stuff. He's going into the pirates, which is technically military, but he's looking more into the fantasy end of things, I think. And I think that's kind of where we're all headed with a lot of this stuff.
Well, he's getting ready to hit into World War II pretty hard.
Well,
yeah. He's about.
Well, and that's something that we've needed since World War II. I mean, we haven't had it a lot.
Yeah, hasn't really got much love since the 12-inch shows.
Yeah. So but how much will our kids or nieces or nephews or cousins want the World War II stuff? I don't know, but But yeah, I think it's something that's really needed in our military lines. I think that's part of the reason why Operation Monster Force has been so popular, because some of those uniforms and that kind of thing too. So, and then so anyway, that's just a few of the things I was thinking about while y'all were talking.
Yeah, and you know what, carry on Brian's point though earlier about like conventions, like when I was saying about toy stores, I have taken nephews and my kids to conventions. I've seen the look in their eyes when they see booths full of toys and like the diorama displays. It is exactly what I imagine I had in my eye walking in Toys R Us's when I was younger. Like they just don't have those spaces anymore. Like they have toy aisles in department stores. Most of
I think
them.
that's the best point made though, is that those spaces, they do not get that option to, even venture into it, because they're instantly handed an iPhone or an iPad, and
Well, I think
my nephews do the stop motion too with figures, so like that's a popular thing with kids too. They're getting into filmmaking with these. Like we probably would have, cameras weren't crap or cost a fortune when we were kids.
What's up, man? Yeah, I also think it's just that moment though as well. Like like my kids, I brought my kids to IshCon. They're looking at all the toys, they're enjoying it and having fun. But Jehovah gave one of my kids a free toy, and he took it home and he was excited and he put it in a drawer and he's never touched it since then. Which I knew. That's why I was like, "Do you really want this?" He's like, "Yeah, I really want it." I was like, "Okay." But the point, like, I get what you're saying, but you would also play with a lot of toys. Like it really just depends. I know my youngest is into like kaijus, so he's a Godzilla fan. He likes that stuff, and he plays with those dinosaurs and kaijus. But if you give him an action figure, like like a Marvel Legend or a Power Ranger, he won't touch it. After
Oh yeah, you gotta get him a Haya.
Yeah.
Is that
you gotta get you? He's telling you what he likes. You gotta get him the king.
I have those too for him, but he doesn't play with them until we force him. Like, hey, no television. Either go outside or play with your toys. That's when he'll go play with it.
Is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, I think about a lot of the stuff we do. We run around, we're looking for toys. It takes up a lot of space, takes up a lot of money. It's a really fun hobby. Like I enjoy it, but like
creating a future addiction. Yeah, I agree. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not like encouraging addictions. Like it's just play with get like 5-6 toys you like, and a couple years later.
And but I mean like that idea of like walking into Toys R Us, watching the cartoons, like there was something that like they did something specific to a lot of us at that age range that kind of changed like our mentality. Like it was definitely cognitively effective on some of us in a way that kind of turned us into this. And I enjoy it. I have memories for it. I kind of gravitated towards it. I don't know if I would want my kids, like my kid, just she loves Star Wars. We go see the movie. She wears the clothes. She might have a pop or two, but she doesn't need like as many action figures as I do. And she went toy shopping. She was around when Toys R Us was around, like KB. We went to all the toy stores. We went to all the places. And it just didn't have the same impact because the commercialization didn't happen the way it happened for us. So
yeah, like video games. Yeah, that's true. It got regulated out, and video games didn't have that regulation for years. Like they're starting to get it, and they capitalized on it. The gaming industry grabbed those kids up. They were grabbing my generation up. Like half of us ended up leaving the toy stores for Halo and all kinds of shit. I have two nephews. One is in the action figures like me. He's not like a massive collector. He has like a modest, very small, very kid-sized collection. And he does stop motion. But the nephew, he's addicted to Roblox. They both spend about the equal amount of money. I actually would argue the one on Roblox is spending more. But my sister won't let me see her financials for a very good reason.
It didn't start kicking in with my kids until their late teens, early 20s. Is when and they found their neat. I've got 4 boys, 3 of them are now over the age of 18, but they each have like a niche. Like one is Transformers, and one is like Batman Legos, and one is like he's like Batman statues and video game related collectibles and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then
My kids are at that stage
all
too.
get into and they're all Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering now. That's the new thing they're getting into. So it kicked in a lot later than it did me as a kid. And I think part of it's the way the marketing goes.
Yeah, my eldest is in his early 20s. He's in the D&D and like Baldur's Gate. Like he's fantasy gamer. My middle one, my girl, she's a TMNT fanatic. She loves Michelangelo. Like she's been trying to convince me to free up some space in my collection so she can get more. My youngest, she's still figuring it out. She's mainly into Fugglers and Pokemon right now. But a couple years, she's gonna find something.
I would kill to
My
be
kid's got into tabletop D&D.
To be a what?
It was amazing.
I'm sorry, Khalil, you said something?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
No, I said my kids got in their late teens into tabletop D&D with their friends.
Yep.
And when they can't get together, they go on Discord.
Yeah,
and they'll be sitting there with their.
That's a big thing too.
Their dice.
Yep,
their dice.
that's what my eldest does.
Because all of us have played tabletop role playing games. The biggest problem was getting everybody together at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I only do it like once or twice a year when I can get people. When people can get a hold of me half the damn time. They come down to a shop and actually like, sit around.
They're buying paper books and dice, which is
Yep.
crazy.
I have a whole section of my library for it. A lot of third party too.
What do you think had an impact? Do you think Stranger Things had an impact on the D&D?
On my youngest, she did because her brother has always been into it. But like when Stranger Things came out, that's when she got curious, and me and him started showing her some things. But D&D's been around for a while in many iterations in the whole fantasy genre. So
I know it's been around since I was a kid. So.
Like it's been going strong. Like at least in my area, we still have hobby shops that still have massive sit downs. Like kids come in and out learning from the older teens or some of the guys in their 20s or 30s that are working at at like we still got kids playing BattleTech out here. Like it's kind of crazy when I see kids playing BattleTech.
I told my kids at Stranger Things, I said, yes, that was exactly what it was like in the 80s. We just rode our bikes around fighting monsters and solving mysteries.
Khalil, what were you saying?
I said I'm 47, and that's the reason why I started playing D&D for the first time last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've only played it once. It was in 2024, and I was really bad at it. I was not good.
We're like going into our second year in our campaign. It's so much fun. But we only get together like 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Can I be a
Like it's fun, but it's time consuming. As we get older, we always got more shit to do. So
all about being best.
Yeah, and let's go ahead.
Can I be a devil's advocate here? Okay.
No.
So we're talking about kids being interested in toys and that kind of thing, playing with toys and all that kind of stuff. And how many of us actually play with the toys that we buy? I've got over 1,000 figures.
I'm playing with one right now in my hand.
Well, no. I'm just
Right
saying
now.
the amount. What percentage of your time is spent with one figure, one individual figure? So.
Since this is on the internet, I'm not going to.
I would say on average like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just because I army build, so I'm messing with multiple figures. I was just to average out because I spend a few hours in here when I have a day off. It's just I got work and wife and kids, so my time.
So I'm just thinking about the kids, and they don't play. I mean, and I think about Marvel or Pops. I know it's kind of out now, sort of. So, but I mean, I know a large percentage of younger kids were buying Pops for a long time too. So,
well, apparently Pops is a really big thing. It's even till this day, it's a big thing.
Yeah,
that's why it's so overproduced.
Especially kids that like getting into like the older generation's nostalgia. Like my daughter runs around talking about Lost Boys and Nirvana like she just discovered something new.
Well, Funko did a smart thing. They went after like a license for everything. So you could find something you liked and buy a Funko. And, so that's why you would see people that don't collect action figures or don't play with toys or don't like stuff. They go buy a Golden Girl pop because they like the Golden Girl. I remember watching the show or,
Yeah. Well, they were economic and they took up low space. So if you weren't really a big collector, but you want like a little nostalgia enclave in your office or in your room or something, Funkos kind of answer that niche. Get like some of your favorite IP characters and roll.
They had something for everybody. That was their thing. They wanted to give you no excuse not to buy one, no matter what. So whatever you like, they had it.
Hey,
it was like bobbleheads and Beanie Babies. Oh, sorry.
I have pops.
I've got a bunch of pops. I have
Oh,
a bunch
good.
of
2.
I have like
0.
I have 6 or 7. 6, 7.
I've probably got 2 dozen.
We have an old bin full of ones. I also have some like not pops. I think they're called like Titan toys or no Titan something, but they were like a pops competitor in the early days. I have a few of those signed, by actors. But like I got one from Buffy of Spike, and I got James Marsters to sign it like 10 years ago.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, that is pretty dope.
And Funko really didn't have heavy competitors either.
No, not at all.
Well, they used to. Like I have some of their old competitors, but their old competitors, they blew them out of the water.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had some nearby. They're in a bin, but I could show you. But it's different packaging.
Franchise or like the person or whatever, you can find a pop. Like I have a Deadpool being Bob Ross Funko Pop. I also have a couple different Bob Ross Funko Pops, and I have there's so many. They're great.
Yeah, I mean there's so many different options with pops.
Yeah,
I agree. Actually, I'm thinking about it now. I don't think I've ever seen Street Fighter pops. They probably did make them.
There's a lot of Street Fighter pops.
Yeah, but they probably did make them. But I don't think I've ever seen one.
There's a lot of them.
I believe it. I believe it. All right, with the pop discussion, that means it's time to wrap it up.
Okay, hold on.
I don't get to go.
Hold on.
I'll play the buzz killer.
Okay, so this
I didn't get my.
This was one of the.
One second. Cleo.
Yep.
You'll go next. Go ahead.
So this is one of Funko's failed competitors.
Oh, I can see why.
They were called Titans vinyl figures. They made sets like this and stuff. They got regulated to being in loot crate drops, and then they disappeared. Funko ended up like killing them. Probably acquired them or something. But yeah, different proportions, bigger heads.
Who made that again?
They're called Titans. They're called Titan merchandise. So I'm assuming they were their own thing, and then probably got bought out. And their main feature was the head can turn, and you can move the arms.
So it's posable. Got it.
Yeah, it's 2 POA. Well, maybe 3 because 2 arms.
It counts.
Yeah, and they would do it like in series and waves.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then they had these little sets.
That almost looks like a Mezit to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they might be affiliated.
Well, I would say.
But yeah, if you're curious what Funko's comparators look like, this is from the time capsule.
I can see why Funko beat them.
I have a ton of Mighty Mugs, Johnny.
All right, Khalil, you have the floor now.
All right, Khalil. I apologize, Khalil. You were the first one to show up, part of the new group, so I thought you were already gone. So I apologize.
So, see-through Emma Frost, $12. That's what a Marvel Legend should cost.
100%.
The next one, this is a funny one for me. I wasn't gonna get these, and ended up getting these.
Yeah,
but
Those look cool.
Now here's the reason though. Both of these together cost less than him alone.
Really?
Oh shit! Okay.
There you go.
I paid $25 for both of these. They were on clearance.
Okay. Yeah, the Walmart here is already
great.
marking the
That's
Chronicles
awesome
stuff
value.
down.
Yeah,
It's
so he was on clearance and he was on clearance. He was like 11 and he was like 14. So it was like
Oh, I'm
28.
giving it 2 weeks. I'm going by all these, and I'm going to clean house.
Well, there was only one store. Everybody else had Battle Cat down to 30. For some reason, one store just cleared it. So, as Johnny you can give him an asset, but you think he wants me to say, buy what you like and shut the fuck up. Right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Now I have to say it every time I'm on this camera.
Johnny, thank you very much for the $2 super chat.
Hi guys, this is Faces by Rachie here, and I just want to let you guys know that I love Figure Fight Club. Whoop.
Thank you again, Johnny.
That's a kick-ass deal, bro.
Yeah, it really
$25 is a fucking great deal.
Oh.
Damn.
I bought 4 of those damn He-Mans, and I spent full price on all of them.
Yeah. And so I'm
Battle
going to do the
Cats
Gibbs
and
thing
the
where I'm going to
Battle
repaint
Cats.
Battle Cat. So that's why I figured $12 Battle Cat, I can repaint him.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. I agree with that one. I guess, does anyone else wants to say anything else before we close down shop?
It's time to wrap it up. I gotta go.
Gotta
All
go.
Time to
Wrap that
So,
shit up, B.
Go ahead and
Wonder
start
what
your shout out.
Talib's doing.
I know who he's doing. Don't worry.
Hey, yo.
Khalil, go ahead and start your shout out.
Caster's Corner on everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. This week, Saturday night, Suda Huba joins us. Plastic Boy Wonder is hopefully next week, and the champ is coming back to actually on Thursday night to defend this championship. So I'm very excited for that. New competitors, except Gibbs came back. Surprised how badly. So Gibbs is my new target.
Okay. Digital Caveman.
Here on Tuesday nights now, and also on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@digitalcaveman with 2 N's, just like it's on the screen here. Don't go to that guy with 1 N, because I don't know what you'll find. And that's
1 N, not enough.
I do 6 drops a week. One's a sizzle reel on Sunday. They all drop at midnight, Sunday through Friday, and it's different stuff every day of the week.
Hell yeah, dude. Headcanon.
Yeah, what you need?
Shut yourself up, bro.
Shout out, bro.
I mean, well, I don't know what I'm doing. So Headcanon Unlimited, YouTube. I do a live stream once a month. I don't know when this month is going to be and what the topic is, but join me and be just as surprised as I am. I would like folks though to go and watch last June's, where I had Winford, Lou, and Chris from Sister Arsenal on. And if you guys like that, then maybe we'll do some more of that. It's a separate thing. Also on Instagram, there's my Instagram handle there, head_Canon Unlimited. I try to post something every day. And then on Sundays for the Lord Scale Day, I've been posting some lore I invented for the G.I. Joe Skyhawk, that little vehicle. I'm kind of going through the evolution of that vehicle from when it originally appeared in 1984 all the way till the last versions of it, to kind of give it like a real, what this would be like if it was a real life vehicle. So I've been really enjoying that. So please check that out. So.
Oh yeah, bro.
Frank, what's up, man? Hell yeah, Headcanon. Let us know what whenever the next show is, and we'll keep an eye on your Instagram.
Yeah, I'll post the one when I figure it out. I'll post it.
Yeah. Winford.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Magna_figure_photos, posting toy photography Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday will always be Savage Crucible, as I was part of a collab I'm in. Stay tuned to see how all of this behind me slowly starts to take shape and fill out instead of just blank walls and half-filled shelves. You'll find me here as well on Tuesdays for open mic night, on various chats throughout the week. You never know where I'm going to show up. Just trying to stay busy.
Hell yeah, dude. Hendo.
Hey, you guys can find me at househendo on Instagram.com. I have my own YouTube channel. I am still dealing with technical difficulties, so uploads are going to be not happening for a little bit.
All right.
But you can find me there. I'll be usually here on Tuesdays. You can catch me on the occasional Thursday over on Well Actually. Maybe popping into one of Suda's streams coming here soon. Still in the talks about that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hendo, we hope your wife feels better too.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
She's not in any danger. She's more hangry than anything right now, and I'm counting my blessings on that.
Well, I know it's tough enough dealing with you that she doesn't need any physical stuff to deal with.
I know it's ridiculous the amount of stress, pain, and anguish she is putting her body through on a regular basis is commendable. Like I'm putting her to the Vatican to get her put above Teresa. Like it's gonna happen. This woman's suffering has been a true penance.
Endless.
Oh, I forgot. Blind bags. Blind, many. I'm just kidding. Anyway, it's Brian with Endless Fables. If you follow my Instagram, I'm going to be sharing some of the things I've been making. So you want to stay tuned to that. I've not been online a whole lot, so I've been just making stuff, one thing right after another. So I've been making dios, flags, and some other cool stuff. Been 3D printing and doing some of that kind of stuff. So tune in to my Instagram. I'll be taking some pictures that I haven't been doing for a while. So
that's awesome. Jedi Ben.
I'll be on here once in a while, always in a chat, lurking someplace. Check out my Instagram, Jedi Ben. I need to get back on that and start posting some stuff, but that's about it.
Hell yeah, dude. Shogun.
All right, squad. I'm glad I could make it this time to open mic night. Abby needed me. There was no host to show up. But it was fun. It was fun. We should have less pickups so we can talk more crap and have more discussion.
I did like the discussion.
More time to have discussions.
So Shogun's saying we need more fight, less figure.
Yeah, it's Figure Fight Club. There's a fight in the title. There's no fighting. But it's all fun. It was all fun and games. I mean, now everyone knows that I'm beefing with Castor. So.
Damn, everyone get a number with Castor, dude. It's crazy.
I didn't know you were
Castor's the boy.
He's the heel of the promotion. You didn't know this, Abby?
Yeah. He is the champion now, right? So.
But tune in. I might show up. I'm gonna ask Abby if I can. I might show up to that the host party. Maybe I might have some time. I might pop in on that. I won't be on Men on Films this weekend, but I'm sure that's going to be a really awesome show because you got some good guests planned to show up on that. Respect the cock. I mean,
sorry, not bad, not bad. Hell yeah, Shogun.
That's all I got going on.
Goose.
Yo, I am Goose. Find me on Initial Goose Creations on Instagram, initialgoosecreations.com on the website, which is my crowdfunded 1 year webador. It's like $60 for the entire year. And no, it's I'm not a web maker, but you can get the 11234 block for free. Yeah, and then Thursday night, Viva El Goose on the Figure Fight Club Network channel from 9 to 10:30 Eastern Time. I'll be on there with a Viva El Goose special. And then Friday night, Plastic Journey. I'll be in the chat moderating, or depends on Talib's working or not. Lou, who knows? So much fun to be had. Yeah, so that's what's up.
Hell yeah. I would like to thank everyone in the panel who had joined, showed off their figures, talked about the discussions. That was a lot of fun. It was fun. We haven't done a discussion episode for Open Mic Day in quite some time because we've always just had so many pickups to show off. So it was kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the topic tonight. Thank you to the chat, the replay squad. You guys are amazing. Definitely tune in Thursday, as Goose mentioned. We're doing a co-host party since Lou is out. We're taking over the time slot with a different show. Viva El Goose. and we'll bring in some guests for that one too. So it'll be fun. And then Friday we have a VIP, someone new to the channel. So please welcome him.
We collect the Legos and Marvel Legends and even the third parties. We shop the Legos and McFarlane's and we even check out the Barbies. We hunt at Walmart and at Target and anywhere with toys. We help each other out because we do it for the boys. Welcome to the Plastic Journey Podcast.
So Jehovah will be joining us this Friday as our VIP. So I'm excited to talk. He's a really nice dude. I'm definitely excited to talk to him. He's been on open mic, I think once before. So definitely, interested in talking about his background. Very nice guy. Again, thank you to the panel. Thank you to the chat, the replay squad. Just have fun, play with your fucking toys. That's really it. Have a good night. Peace out.
See you guys. Later.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures and talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just a see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.